You sent her $2.50 for feet?
This is a wild way to start this conversation.
Did you?
Damn.
Hey, this is taken out of context, all right?
Listen, y'all. Hey,
We've been going back
before we
and forth.
start, hey,
Let's reel this shit back.
Wait, hold on.
Before we get into all that, welcome back.
We just got some breaking news, but we'll get into that
Welcome
later.
back to the
That's
BT
hella funny.
podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely insane way to start.
Welcome back, y'all. Today we have an amazing guest, a very good friend of ours here, Chris Fleek.
Rodriguez P.
Thank you, boys, for having me.
Government like that,
Man.
bro. Damn.
I mean, you know what's funny? Most people don't know who Chris is. Everybody literally calls me Fleek, bro.
So talk about that. So, I mean, we have you on here, first male guest. First off, couldn't think of a better homie to have on here, but let's dive right into it. I haven't called you Chris since we were 18.
I also haven't forgotten about the $2.50 feet.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about
Hey,
it.
no. There's a lot that we have to cover, guys. Let's simmer down, but let's let our guests introduce themselves.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Chris. All you guys are like literally some of my closest friends. Honestly, thank y'all for having me as like one of your first guests. I just want to give y'all a huge shout out because like putting yourself out there and like starting a podcast, it sounds like an easy thing to do, but being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, kind of like how Rob was doing, like, 'cause that shit's not easy to do. Up until you got the lights on, you got the microphone in front of you, like, you know, people don't understand like how hard it is. And on top of that, like the whole world can like shit on you, laugh at you, whatever it be. So like I respect y'all so much for like just being out there and be like, yo, like we're trying to do this podcast, like let's run it. And so I just want to let y'all know I really respect you guys for going after this and like doing it. Like you guys really like have like my full respect for doing that.
Hey,
So
man,
real,
I
bro.
appreciate
That's
it. I
real.
appreciate it.
Make
This
a
shit gets
motherfucker
kind of
cheer
easy though when you're faded. But
yeah, no, that's why we said it. And it's really all love because like when I was like running like my food truck business, like literally all of you guys were just like reposting my shit, like, you know, when all the COVID stuff was going on. So like y'all have a special place in my heart. So like, you know, I just have to let y'all know.
It's
Hey,
love.
man, we
It's
appreciate
love
that,
forever.
bro.
It's love forever. Do you want to talk about that? I mean,
Yeah.
sure, we can get right into it, man. Tell us a
yeah,
little bit about
yeah,
first and foremost.
definitely.
Thank you. That means
Definitely.
definitely.
Can we start with the feet
like
real
we
quick?
no.
I
We
want
can
to
get-
tie off.
yeah.
I just want to tie off by
Yeah.
like acknowledging that. Like that
Yes.
was real of you to say.
That was
Yeah.
very,
That was real of you to
that
say.
was very
And
real.
like,
Thank you guys.
much love.
Thank
We could,
you.
like I said, I mean that right off the bat, you can see
Yeah.
why we brought our guy on right off the
Yeah,
bat.
no. I mean,
this-
like literally, fuck, like that was like right after we like graduated from college. And like at the time, bro, like I think I like left San Jose, like I left San Jose like one day until the other. And that was just like, cause I like understood like where my family was financially. And like, obviously like your parents don't want to tell you that you guys aren't doing well financially. But like, I still help my family run their finances and shit. So when I got home and I was going through like all the finances, I was like, fuck, like they were fucked.
Yeah.
This
Like,
for your family
yeah.
business.
Yeah,
This
this
is for-
was
this is
20.
for
This
TFF.
so I graduated 2018.
Mhm.
I didn't even walk that semester, because I walked in the spring during May, and I went back home. I think it was right after we finished, and I was like hella happy that I graduated and all that stuff. But when I went home after school was over, I was just going through like all our finances and shit, and I was like we're fucked because like I went back home.
Yeah.
My parents literally had $1,300 in their bank account left.
Damn.
Literally $1,300. And so like as soon like I like left pretty much like after New Year's, I like said my goodbyes to everybody. People wanted to go out and I was like, nah, like I knew I had to go back home. And it was like a crazy point in my life because like obviously you're running a business and you have like these expenses that are coming in no matter what, whether you're making money or not. So as soon as I got back home, I was literally like in go mode. Like I tried to try and figure out like, all right, how are we
You
gonna
really were.
how are we gonna make like next month's rent? How are we gonna make like all these payments that are coming up? And like my dad is the type that's just like he doesn't like to admit when like he's made a bunch of mistakes, which most people are. Like I totally understand. Like he was the one running it, but I really had to just like sit down with him. And was like, hey, like Pop, like if we don't do something like drastic and crazy here, like we're fucked. Like
All right.
essentially, you
So
know.
tell us about the drastic, crazy moves. Like,
Tell us about the family business
Yeah,
first.
tell us-
Yeah.
about
So
that.
definitely.
Yeah, tell
So
us
my
about that.
family runs like a catering and a few food trucks. So that's like kind of what we're doing. And so,
By the way, dankest food. My
Yeah,
mom,
yeah, yeah.
it is.
I've
It's like
had
chef's
it.
kiss.
It's
It's
fire.
chef's
It's,
kiss.
it's super fire.
My
It's fire.
mom. I think that wasn't my mom's first time meeting you, right? No, you
No,
met my mom a
we-
bunch of
no,
times.
we've met him
When she
before.
gets
We've
there,
met him
she
before,
sees
for
Chris.
sure.
We're on like a road trip. We're driving down to Southern California. He's in a food truck. Gets there, just impeccable service. And like you know when
Yeah.
you get like my mom talking about nonstop. She's a huge foodie and everything.
Yeah,
She's even
yeah.
just saying it to gas it up. She's like, your friend, what is it, Fleek?
Yeah, you and your
She's
mom
like-
calls me
she's
Fleek,
like,
right? Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, Fleek.
Yeah,
She's like,
hell
no. She's like, Chris. She's like, that was the best quesadilla I've ever had. And bro, like, she was not lying. Like, and like, everywhere I go, I put it on the Theo Pepe scale. That's the name of Chris's family business.
Anytime we're in the 805.
If you're ever on the 805, pull up.
Show some love.
You will not regret it.
It's fire.
We'll drop his socials and everything when we drop.
I'm lactose intolerant. I still get the cheese.
You're getting pupusas.
I'm eating everything, but tell us a little bit.
Yeah. And so that was like what? That was like 2019 when like financially my parents were like not doing so well. And so like literally like my dad just overextended himself with like expenses. And so I was literally one of the first things that I did was like, all right, and he's like a hoarder. He's a big hoarder. So like he likes to buy hella shit because he's got all this different shit that he wants to do.
I feel
but
like
yeah. I mean, obviously, so I was just like the first thing that I did there. I literally had like a fat ass garage sale. I was posting everything on Craigslist. And so like,
I remember you telling me about that actually.
Yeah. So I was posting shit on Facebook, on Mark. I'm like, bro, I was like going crazy.
That's why you tried to sell me that flannel.
Yeah, bro. I was like literally trying to just like make ends meet. No, it's cool. Like make ends meet to try to like figure out. That was like January, February, trying to just like sell pretty much everything that like we didn't really need and wasn't like necessary. And like for my dad, that kind of hurt because he likes to have a lot of stuff. Right. But really, like financially wise, it just wasn't like, it just didn't make sense. The rent was too much. Like he just overextended himself. And so when I just came in, I just started selling all kinds of shit, reduce our rent, any bills that we had. Like literally, I think we went at our house with like no TV for like 2 months, no internet.
That's crazy.
I was working out of a fucking Starbucks, like posting all that shit on the Wi-Fi and shit.
I remember that.
So that was like the first like 3 or 4 months of like trying to just like really save mode and like do everything I could to like make sure that we could like keep the business going. Because it's not like the business wasn't making any money, but if your like expenses are way more than what you're making, you're like fucked. Like you know, and like financially, like my parents weren't the best like with handling their money, and then like we owed money in taxes and all this other stuff. Right. Like that I just had to come in and help. So that was like a huge, like big first test.
That's a lot to take on right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to you for that. Like just to come in like right after graduating, just make that your sole priority. Like that's like, bro, that's more than like a lot of people have to put on their shoulders. Like a lot of people just have to focus on their own job. So to have your family business and come in and then kind of just really no hesitation, take that by the reins. Like, bro, that's amazing.
Yeah. And at the time, it just like, you guys probably, it just like didn't make sense. Like
I just had no idea what you were actually going through.
Yeah.
Like I had gone from like seeing you every day for 4 years to there was like a period of time where I hadn't seen you for almost 2 years. And I'm like, dude, like, come up, like all the boys miss
the pandemic
you. Like, hang
too, yeah.
It was even before the pandemic.
Before
the pandemic.
Like all you guys wanted me to come up.
Hey, come up, like come up. And like we weren't really actually able to understand like what you were doing and like the position that you're putting yourself and your family in until I was actually able to see you and then see what you had done. You know, like you actually did an amazing job. Like with the business and with your family. So kudos to you.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, so that was like the first few months, and that was literally why like all you guys didn't see me for like 2 years, pretty much.
Yeah,
like you guys were always like, "Yo, come up to the Bay."
Bro. I know. I was texting you. I was like, "He doesn't love me anymore." But
no, it wasn't that I didn't want to see my boys, but it's just like one of the things that I really realized about like running a business is like how much effort it takes to like not even like just like getting it up and running, but just keeping it going, which is probably like the hardest part to do. And so that was like the first few months, and then I obviously like came back and walked in May, and that was cool too. But it was just that was like the first time I think you guys saw me.
When you came back.
Yeah, when I came back and like I saw everybody.
Because that was your first time coming back too, right?
Yeah, that was at the end of May. Yeah, May, June, and then at that point we were like a little bit more like well off financially.
So talk to us about like where you guys are today. So obviously we've seen the lows and like the stuff that you've had to endure, but I know if I'm not mistaken, you guys are in a lot better place today. Correct?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, I mean,
what do you think? Like some of the like you want to?
Yeah. Well, when I came back in May, that was in 2019, and at that point we were thinking about really starting a restaurant. That was really my goal essentially when I wanted to go back home. Like the end goal was to open up a restaurant with my family. So like that was like what I wanted to do. And so in May and June we were starting looking at places. I was like, I think we have enough to like start like this project that I really wanted to do. And then I just like, we found a spot, and then that's really when the project took off. We had all the equipment, we had everything ready once we found the spot. And then I started like getting like, you know, an architect, like people like creating like the bit, like not the business plan, but like, you know, like the drawings and all the shit that you need, the blueprint for like, you know, setting everything up. And I didn't really know all the, like kind of what it took and the time of all that stuff. And it took a lot longer than what I initially thought it would. So that was like in June. It literally took 6 months for like stuff to start like moving and getting approved.
Right.
But by the time everything got approved, that was like in like March 2020. So that's this is like once again like the beginning of the end.
That's when everything started.
That's when the world flipped upside
right,
down.
exactly. Like literally, like the health department came in and approved our spot in February, March, April. Wait, January. No, March. Sorry, March.
Because March is when everything.
March, and then in March, like literally, that's when everything shut down.
It's the Rudy Gobert week.
Yeah, and that was when people were just like, 2 weeks, 2 weeks to shut down.
Yeah,
and then another 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks. But at this point, you have to understand we're already paying for the bills. We're already paying for all the overhead.
You have rent that's due.
We have rent that's due, and then like I'm calling like all the offices. So I'm like pushing all the papers and all this shit. And then, like, nobody's getting back to me, obviously, because, like, nobody's, like, in office. And it was, by the time, it was probably, like, June. And we were like, again, we're fucked for money because I overextended myself. Nothing's going on. I'm still paying, like, all this money and shit. And I was like, fuck. And then I had to really tell my dad, I was like, hey, like, Dad, this is not going to. I just took what I had at the time. Yeah. And I was like, we just got to shut it down. Like, I don't think that this is going to. Not that I didn't want it to work, but I was just kind of like, I don't know how long this is going to take. Like, COVID is such an unexpected thing. You don't plan for like to be closed for so long. And I was just like, you know what? Just cut our losses right here. I don't want to, like, you know, just do this again. And at that point, I launched like an online delivery thing, probably like around the same time because we were low on money. Yeah. And my parents were just so down about the restaurant, and they were like, this isn't gonna work. Like, you know.
Would you launch the online delivery?
So I created a website. I went on Squarespace, created a website, and then I used Chow Now to like set up like online orders and deliveries. One of my boys, Scott hit me up. Shout out Scott Stewart. Because I was like asking like around like, because I knew like the platforms like Uber, Grubhub, they take a percentage of what you make. Yeah, like, and I was just like, I don't want, and you have to like pretty much.
You needed that 30%.
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like it's our work. And I was just like, and Chow Now doesn't like charge you a fee. They just charge like a monthly fee to use everything. And so I set that up on Instagram and then on our websites. And then I launched that, and like my parents literally on the day of launch, they still didn't think it was gonna work. But I was like, honestly, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it anyway.
You have to try.
My sister was like, "What if it doesn't work?" And I was like,
"You'll never know if you don't try."
I was like, "It doesn't. If it doesn't, bro,
I literally be in the same spot."
Yeah, I was like, bro,
I have nothing to lose.
I literally went through my whole contact list of everybody that was like in the area. I was like, "Hey, yo, I'm launching this. Do you guys want to order right now? Order online."
Shout out Chow
Now. Like whatever, like bro, I'm telling you, whatever it took, because I felt like it was my fault that we like got into the restaurant thing. That it was like my mistake, so I was like, I gotta fix this somehow. So we launched that. That's really what got us through 2020, like launching the delivery business. Literally day one, I was so nervous, bro, the night before, because I was just like thinking to myself, like, fuck, if this doesn't work, I just don't know what else we're gonna do. Money's running low again. I was like, fuck, bro. Literally, I didn't even. I like low-key wanted to tear up in the morning when my phone was fucking ringing. Like people were ordering.
We talked that day, I know.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, I was so happy that day. It was a cool feeling.
I feel like you really like see what your true character is when your back is pressed against the wall.
100%.
Limited on resources, you don't really know what to do. You don't know if what you're about to do is going to work. But then like that's when you see who you really are. That's when you see what you're really made of. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So when you were able to get back on your feet, after you were able to get back on your feet. Tell us, like a couple years passed, you started feeling yourself. Tell us about this story I heard. I heard this little story about. This is the breaking news. This is the breaking news. Tell us about the feet.
Bro,
tell us about the feet.
We're actually finding out about this live as you guys do.
We just found out about this as we were about to start recording. So
is this after you got back on your feet? You started soliciting.
Before we tie it up on that segue, just quick to tie up on that. You did amazing, but like that's like
thank you.
You did amazing. You're a fucking amazing person.
But let's fucking talk about the feet.
But we gotta talk.
Let's talk about the feet.
One thing you will learn is Boozy's segues are impeccable.
Let's talk about the feet. All right, so tell me about these.
I don't know what feet you guys are referring to.
I heard
let's talk about the DM.
I heard he's 10 toes down. Tell me what's going on, man. No, we're not naming names.
No, we can't name names, but literally,
I heard you really stand on your two own.
We just go back and forth with this one girl that I know on Instagram, and like one day she's just, we were just talking about shoes, and she was like, hey, like, I swear this is how it started.
Like, damn, what size are you?
No. We were talking about shoes, and I was like, oh, like I know a guy in LA who has hella shoes. She's like, what size are you? And she's like, I have a big ass like foot. I'm a size 8.5.
Wait, she's a what?
Size 8.5.
Damn.
Yeah. Go like, yeah. You know, and so.
How tall?
I have no idea. I actually never met her in person, so we just go back and forth on Instagram. But she told me that, and so that was kind of just like a joke that I have with her, and so. She posted like a video, but she didn't show the feet. And I just like DM'd her and I was like, damn, I see you hiding them big ass feet. And she was literally dead, hit me back, and I was like, you're so out of pocket. But I was like,
talk about the Venmo payment.
I know. So she.
We were sent 2 screenshots.
No. All right. It's true. It's true.
Hey, break it down.
No. What ended up? What happened?
Payments?
Hey, no,
Something's afoot.
No.
Let my man tell his story.
No,
Let
what
him
happened?
tell his story. Let us tell his
Something's
story.
afoot.
What had happened was, then she sends me a picture of the video with her feet in, and she was like, "Look, my feet take up the whole video."
Okay.
And I was like, "Damn."
Portrait or landscape?
No, portrait.
Okay.
Damn.
Anyways,
Let's get there.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I might just have to send you 5 for the feet video.
Hey,
And she was like, 5, I'll take it. But then I was over here consulting with my man, and he was like, wait, hold on.
You're a part of this?
No, yeah. He was like, all right, no, we need better content. And I was like, all right. So I guess we'll just send the half.
Yeah, so you sent her 250?
What?
Yeah,
I mean,
Why did you swing her?
Why?
The price does not matter. Venmo's involvement
It's the thought.
It's the thought
It's
that
the thought
counts.
that
It's the thought
matters.
that counts.
It's the
Yeah.
thought that
You
counts.
probably blew her socks off.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, like you probably, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to all the bad ones sending feet pics.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
For free, though.
For free.
So have you
Great.
ever spoken to her since?
No, I haven't.
Nah, it's all good.
She took the bag and cut $2.50.
No, she was like, no, she was like, I'm not, what is it? I'm not on half, like, what did she say? I was like, I'm not on half discount or some bullshit like that.
Oh yeah, shit, that's
I'm
crazy.
not on like
But
half
she was like
off.
actually charging you 5 for it?
No,
No, I just thought it would be funny to send her
Well,
like
okay.
250. I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious.
Y'all are making it seem like I was over here like asking for feet
We got
pics.
breaking news as we press record.
Hey, what the fuck can you buy these days for $250 though? Like,
Chapstick.
You can't even buy Doritos.
really?
Doritos were like $5.50.
He
store,
stays
bro.
talking
What
about
the
Doritos, bro. Nacho.
$5.50?
Boring ass favorite chip
$5.50
flavor.
for some Doritos, bro.
Where are you for?
At Safeway.
For what, the family size? Or like for like
No,
little-
we got those tacos for $1. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did get some
We
dollar
got
tacos
got some
today.
dollar tacos
Yeah.
with inflation.
It is
nowadays.
Taco
Kinda
Tuesday.
surprising.
Yeah. And we did get tacos on Tuesday.
Damn, you guys are out of pocket.
me
You
some.
did not invite me for no damn tacos.
No, it was cool. There was like that food truck spot you were trying to take
Oh
us to.
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
No, it was cool you weren't
I know
there.
you were. No, we still had a great time.
yeah. All right, motherfuckers. You guys are
I was-
super out of pocket. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, so like, I have this. Well, I don't have this thing, but like, I've been seeing this. Like, girls will send you pictures of like, you know, their ankle or like their leg. Like, they're intentionally leaving out the feet.
Where are you seeing this?
I've been seeing it. Don't ask where I'm seeing it. I just seen it. All right. I seen
Okay.
it. So it's like they're insinuating. They obviously know they shouldn't be posting feet pics on Instagram for free. They shouldn't be posting pics of feet on Snap for free. Don't send feet pics over text for free. So like,
But there are some that still do.
and they're the ones that are down bad.
What?
Bro, I swear, I know for a fact.
What do you? What's
Who's
the
more
point?
down bad though? The girl
I'm not paying
selling,
for shit,
the
though.
girl selling the feet pics or the girl giving them out for free? Who's
Well,
more down bad?
I feel like
One of them's making bread.
No, the who's
Yeah.
down bad is the guy that's buying the
one
feet
of them-
pics.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes.
That's who's that.
Mine
that's-
doesn't count though. Mine's different.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
yours was a donation.
Mine was a donation.
It's
Charitable
Exactly.
donation.
Exactly.
donation.
Exactly.
Crazy. That's a crazy ass. Crazy.
Go
ass.
get you
How did that?
Go
When
get
do
you
you
a
think that
Snickers.
became a thing? Like, when did that like? Because when we were growing up, I didn't like when we were like in high school and shit. Like, you're like, oh, that's like a weird thing, but like it's like a very like
That shit
established
probably-
thing
that
that
shit
people
probably-
like apparently
It probably,
are
it probably
diving
started
in.
to happen. Honestly, I blame the iPhone for this shit.
Yes,
It had to have been like
this is Steve
when,
Jobs'
when
fault.
like the 3GS dropped, and then motherfuckers started developing apps, and then Snapchat came out, and motherfuckers were snapping feet. It was crazy.
Mhm.
It was
Among
fucking
other
crazy. It was
Amongst other
amongst
things.
other shit.
Amongst other things.
Yeah, definitely feet was a part of that.
Yeah, it was a cultural movement for a bit.
But I mean, feet fetishes have always been a thing, right?
Oh, definitely.
They've,
Yeah,
they've always
they
been a
have
thing.
been,
I feel like it's just more prominent now.
I just think
I don't
as
get it.
a
I don't
woman
get it.
as a woman
I don't get it.
nowadays,
It's a foot.
you can
Yeah.
just make more money, bro. There's this girl that sells her fucking farts in jars for
We were
like
just
hella
talking
money.
about that.
It's-
We were
it's
just
Heard
talking about that
in
shit.
the last episode.
the last
cra- it's
episode.
crazy
What?
that-
You guys didn't know about that?
It's
No, we
crazy
just
that the
found
two
out.
times I've heard about this, we've been live recording.
Yes.
in my
Yes.
life.
Like, I just think nowadays, like, honestly, like, you don't have to, as a woman, you don't have to create like an OnlyFans. If you just like be selling your feet pics, like,
Yeah,
I'd
you
be
just
over that shit. Yeah.
kind of exists.
So,
Yeah.
would you date a girl that had OnlyFans? If it was like very explicit content, like, would you date a girl that had OnlyFans?
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not? Like, why wouldn't you? Like, she's getting your bag. Like, I mean, Why not?
Like if she's like
With other guys?
I mean if she's an artist, you know what I mean? Like she's posting pics of like
painting the picture.
My thing is, if my girl knows she looks bad and she wants to show that off and she's getting paid for it, as long as I trust what we got, I'm chilling. But it depends on like the conversations, like
the DM conversations she's having.
Yeah.
That's where the money's made. You know what I mean? Like,
Is it? Yeah, is it?
I'm pretty sure there's tons of girls that have OnlyFans, but there's not many successful ones. I've just
That's
heard
Well,
rumblings.
Bella Danger has a man.
Yeah, it's he.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a Bella Danger.
You know who that is?
She's one of the baddest of all time.
You Google it.
Yeah, you Google her.
She's like on OnlyFans, or?
Yeah, we'll pop a pic, but
I think she's on more than OnlyFans.
Okay.
She's a couple different.
That name itself sounds like I can assume.
Yeah.
She's actually going to school.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's just
surprised.
That's just wonderful.
probably getting hella extra credit too.
Yeah, what? She's going to college. She's getting a degree. Get that.
Hey,
degree.
no, but like,
But
would
to answer
you-
your question, I think I could. It
would
just
you?
depends on
Could
like the
you?
extracurriculars.
okay, with define extracurricular.
So like, I don't know. Don't dudes be like sending their dicks and they're like, "What's good?" and like sending it over. Like, is that a?
You been watching that?
No, that's what I'm asking.
I'm just curious.
No.
Don't be.
You bringing it up?
So,
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He asked about the extra. I think if she's just on there and like she's, comfortable in herself and that's like, she's passionate about her body and she wants to show that off. And if she's making an income off that,
yeah.
it makes her happy, then it's good. But
Yeah.
there's some other stuff on there where it's like, well, I don't know.
Like, what if she's really, really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, really provocative.
Mm.
Like I'm talking about
putting on a show.
like putting on a show, going live.
Yeah, I
Top
can't-
0.01%.
There's no way. I can,
Wait, how much money is she making?
And am I getting any?
Exactly. yes. You read my mind.
Before that, like, put that to the side. Like, answer the question, because I'll answer the question honestly how I feel about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how do you feel about it?
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I mean, honestly, like, look, part of me would be like, damn, like, I'm not really too comfortable with everyone seeing my girl like that paid $3.95.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean?
Cheaper than Netflix.
Yes.
He's not wrong.
Exactly. And I'm
Cheaper than Tidal.
It's not only that, we got motherfuckers out here sharing the login. You know what I'm saying? So I got 4 motherfuckers seeing my girl for $3.95 divided by 4. Anyway,
It's less than $1.
that's cheaper than Doritos. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Can't get anything for that much.
but like, if that's what she's passionate about, and like if she's comfortable with her body, I could obviously like accept her and love her.
100%.
But it would just be like, fuck, like damn, that's tough. You know what I mean? But nothing against them, like nothing against like sex workers, nothing against
100%.
OnlyFans girls. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Get that bread. Just get that
money.
bread.
Get
Yeah,
it.
I got the utmost respect for those women, but they're just not going to be my women.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
shout out to them. They're working hard, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard job.
You know what?
But
You know what?
if I get to choose my woman, then I'm gonna just choose someone else.
I have the
If you
utmost.
fall in love with her personality,
I have the
crazy.
utmost respect for those dudes that be going to the AVN like things in like Vegas, bro. How can you, as a man, pull up to those like fucking events?
wait, what is it?
Like,
What is it?
It's the fucking porn convention.
The porn convention.
That's
Yes.
crazy. Like as a fan.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
Grown ass men
Yes.
Nah, that's
pulling
crazy.
up to Vegas.
Grown ass men eating ice cream, sucking on lollipops, pulling up to AVN.
Yeah, real shit.
Drinking
Do you
orange
think like
soda.
some dudes like make excuses to like their significant others, like adults that are just like down bad and this like
You know,
They got a
I
serious-
wouldn't
Like-
rule out the possibility that they don't have a significant other.
Or they're just like, and this is out of pocket. Like, oh baby, I'm going on a business trip.
What if,
Yeah, we're going to Vegas.
We're going to Vegas. We're going to
you
fucking
and your
AVN.
you and your girl went together?
It's the
that's-
but the thing
that's
they-
a little better though.
Yeah,
It's a
it
little
is.
better.
I mean,
what's happening at these conventions?
Man,
I think-
you what?
I don't think anything's happening. Is there?
nothing's happening at the conventions.
No, I wish we could pull up the video. There's a YouTube video or a TikTok video that I sent you. This dude, this girl, the guy's on the bed, right? And this girl is literally just on top of him, like, with her clothes on, just like pretending to ride this guy on the bed for like a minute.
Wait, at the convention?
At the convention, yes, I swear on everything. I sent this to you.
How much are tickets?
No, but I was just like, I was just like wondering, how does that guy stand up when just like
Be hard as shit.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine being
And
like,
just like walked around, bro.
Motherfucker's got a torpedo on him.
imagine being like the hotel like maintenance staff.
Yeah.
That they're like there for the event, like right before last week was like Comic-Con, so a bunch of people dressed up like, oh, it's cute or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, like people really
I mean, it
into
kind of is like
and then
Comic-Con.
like you're there and you just check in on like the conference room that your hotel has rented out, and it's like, I'm gonna have to clean that up.
Well,
that's crazy.
some of them be like linking up with fans afterwards. Like
meet and greets,
yes,
Like the giveaway.
yeah.
meet and skeets.
I mean, yeah.
Meet
Like
and skeet.
no, some real shit. Like it's what I've seen on the fucking internet.
You know a lot about this.
I don't know shit about this, bro.
You pulled up to one before?
No.
This just happened last week, bro. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah, this shit's crazy.
That's wild as fuck to me. No, that I would agree. Those are definitely the most down bad candidates of the year. If you're just out here, like first, it's just the self-respect's got to go out the window.
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta be down deep and bad to go.
Yeah,
That would be a good like fantasy football punishment.
that would
I was just
actually
thinking
that would
that.
actually
That's
yeah,
actually
that's a
help.
good idea.
That's
That's a
actually
good
help.
idea. It's a
Wow.
good
But it
idea.
depends
You
on
should
who
write that
loses.
down.
It depends on who
We should
loses.
write
So,
that
like,
down.
Clip that.
Yeah, get that. No, we need to figure out a good.
Yeah, I'm definitely auto drafting next year.
That's actually helpful.
yeah, no, that'd be great. That'd be great. So I'm gonna take Reggie Bush.
Wait, actually, that's not a punishment. No, not wait.
It's a punishment.
It's a punishment.
I'd be like,
I mean,
I fucking love you, dog.
And then second place has to go like record.
Oh, that's
Everything that happens.
Second last place.
That's
Yeah,
hella
second
funny.
to last place.
That's hella fucking funny.
You just gotta be in like hella Q&As.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I think like those types of things are crazy. Conventions are always like really, really wild. Honestly, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas for the most part.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
not
what I'm
necessarily
saying?
true.
Yeah.
Do you think porn stars get their tubes tied?
Oh, I mean, maybe. Shit.
Well, actually, no. Some of them had kids after, huh?
I mean, I only know one that has a kid.
Who?
What is it? Lena the Plug.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout out Lena the Plug at Adam22.
Yeah.
I know it was Adam 22's
22's
wife. I
girl?
know who Adam
Yeah,
22 is.
yeah.
You guys be acting like you guys don't know who that is. Shut your ass.
I know who
up.
Adam 22 is, and if that's it, like if that's his wife, then yeah, I know who that is.
You know who
It's
did?
what?
His wife?
Oh, I thought you said. Never mind. Continue.
No, what do you think I said?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You know who did get their tubes tied though? Likely
Who?
the chickens around the nation.
Oh my god.
We're talking actual.
There are no more
we're talking
eggs
actual chickens
in America,
Hey,
except for in my fridge. I have some still.
I know you guys stacked up. I saw you guys had like 3 like boxes. I was like, y'all.
dude.
are-
It's literally like, do you remember when you pulled up? We were just talking about this. Remember when we pulled up, like pandemic hit, and you hit like all the like grocery stores, supermarkets, whatever, and there's just no toilet paper.
when you were like
anything.
supposed
all
to
the
take
cleaning
2 and I was
supplies,
taking like 6.
hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
everything's gone. What didn't you just have a story about when you just pulled up and you saw some?
Bro, so I went to Safeway like yesterday, and I was just doing my casual grocery shopping, right? I knew he was coming to town, so I went to go get some food for him for the week. And I'm gonna go get some eggs, because obviously we gotta eat breakfast in the morning. And it's literally like motherfucking Black Friday. Like me and dude had a stare off, and we're looking at each other. He's about to go grab the very last pair of last carton of eggs, and I'm like, "Come on, bro! No, I know you're not about to grab it." He was like looking at it to see if they're cracked. And I was like, "Fuck!" He grabs them, looks me dead in the eye, and he's like, "Ha! My bad."
it was back when everybody was fighting for toilet paper.
Yeah, I know.
Remember we went to Costco like the other week,
Yeah.
and there was hella paper towels, hella toilet paper. This was like before the storm.
Yes.
But then the only thing they were out of was eggs.
Eggs.
There was no eggs.
Yeah.
And I think there was no milk. There was milk. There was milk.
There was yeah, but
There was no eggs.
but like
It's been weeks.
You know how like when you go to Costco, like they have like the freezers that you can like open up, and like if you actually have to, you can walk inside of the freezer.
Yeah, we
Like,
walked inside
We walked inside the freezer, scanned the floor.
looking for eggs.
I only found 1 carton of eggs.
Like it was
and,
like Easter, if like
we were,
a fucking Easter egg.
yeah,
yeah.
bro. It was out of pocket. I found a carton of eggs, but they were all fucking broken.
That's out of pocket.
Yeah, you know.
Where did all the eggs go?
I heard. I heard that KFC stock's about to go crazy.
Wait, what does that have to do with the eggs?
Are they? What about Popeyes?
Popeye?
Popeyes probably
All-
has all the chickens, huh?
Yeah, they got all the chickens. Honestly, though, I don't know where the fuck the eggs went. Like, I don't know what's going on with the eggs. I did see though that like they're smuggling eggs across, you know, like as illegal paraphernalia. So
Where across Mexico?
Yeah, like there's there's the drugs, there's obviously the weed.
Why would that be illegal though?
I don't know. It's probably
Like poultry or something.
The cartels are about to start smuggling out.
I heard they're about to start. No, they started. I've heard like there's been like tons of
Poultry wars.
They let the illegal drugs
poultry
go, but you
wars.
can't.
The poultry wars of 2023.
They started avocados. Now
Los
we're going
pollos
to
hermanos.
No, that shit's crazy. I really do not recommend going to Mexico at all.
I
Really?
I fuck Mexico.
I know. We all
love
fuck
Mexico.
with. So
Mexico's the best.
What do they call me, Mexico?
Tell
Tell me what
they call you some racist stuff, but they also.
Say it.
What do they call you in Mexico, Lucy?
No, they call him El Chocolate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Why?
Mexican people don't see a lot of black people around, so
So really, why?
I mean, we don't like purposefully like trying to be racist. It's just like
Yeah, it's just, it is what it is.
It's a
Yeah.
descriptor.
Just call it how you see it. Yeah, it's very straightforward.
Okay,
very
fuck you. Call it out.
yeah,
No. Fuck you. Fuck you, Milky Way ass motherfucker.
yeah.
I'm Twigs.
No, like when my parents first met you, remember what they called you? Like they didn't mean it in like a bad way.
Yeah. Say it.
They're can I say it?
Yeah, you can say it, you can say it.
They were just like, oh, tu amigo el negrito, like your friend, like you know what I mean? It's not like,
It's all love.
but they love them. They love like Boozy, but
I tried to say
they
that.
like they're just like it's not like I don't know,
No, it's all love.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
definitely all love.
That's
It's
all for
love.
sure.
Yeah, it's hella funny, bro. I absolutely love Mexico.
Yeah.
And I might have to go soon because it
He
sounds like
does
they got
get
the eggs
love,
down there.
every yeah, they do. Every time we do go to Mexico, he does get hella love wherever we go.
Wherever we go,
For real.
neighborhood hero.
No, they just don't see any black people.
Some of the pictures you post in Mexico have been some of your most legendary ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Next topic. We don't talk about that.
You had another nickname in Mexico. We're not going to talk about that.
No, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that yet.
BSB.
It's all about using your imagination, and we're not talking about BSB.
What's a BSB?
It's
I've never even heard that.
you were there.
We were standing right there, both of us.
That's so interesting. I don't
What's a
remember. I have a
BSB?
horrible. Yeah, what is a BSB?
Say it. You say it. You're the one that brought it up. Just be easy because we're fucking live right
Well,
now.
obviously, won't. Yeah, no, we won't get into
we
detail.
got to tell the story.
You can use your
We
imagination.
can't tell the whole story.
You can use
Can't
your
tell the whole story.
imagination, but BSB is short for Body Shop Boozy.
Oh wow, I do remember that. I do remember that.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is also during spring break, so I mean, it's
okay.
Again,
it's
wait,
kind
same-
It's
of
legendary though.
Yeah.
Same mindset, but you guys can use your imagination.
No.
Their imagination will lead them in the right direction,
Yeah.
or maybe it won't. But we'll leave some things up to ambiguity there. But yeah, Body Shop
Hey, shout out
Boozy.
to tequila, man.
Shout out to
Doing wonders.
shout out to
around the
Papa's
world.
and Beer Rosarito.
I hate that place. I really don't like that place.
It's a
I
dirty
hate-
ass place.
It
bro.
is
A lot of things
dirty-ass
happen.
place.
Shit's fucking-
I'm
We
trying to
saw
go to-
we
I'm
saw
trying to go
Made
to
in
Mexico.
Tokyo.
We really
That
went there.
movie's
We really
popping.
went there 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
insane.
Yeah, it's out of pocket.
The first year was too much. It was 1 year too many.
Wait, which was the year that when Lil Yachty performed? Was that the second time or the first time? Because we saw Made in Tokyo one time, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. That was the
You were
second.
like Made in Tokyo.
He took my phone.
Yeah, he took your phone. Yeah.
He took, and he just did songs that weren't his for like half his set.
That is true.
He did like Goosebumps by Travis Scott, and I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I was
I mean,
like, dog.
He fell off. He fell off hard.
I miss him though. He actually I liked his music.
I liked like his style. It was very like free flowing,
Yeah, I
like very
actually
just
liked
like
his
didn't give a
music.
shit. Uber Everywhere is all time banger to
Yeah.
this day.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy too. Like when we were in spring break, when we'd like be out in Mexico, it's hella fun. Obviously, like young college kids, we're out there trying to have fun, do our
I'm
thing.
broke as fuck too.
Broke as fuck. Like dollar shots, hurt in the bank. You know what I mean? Like, but obviously when we're faded, like we're starting to feel ourselves a little bit more, and like everybody starts to feel themselves a little bit more. What's one of the worst ways that you've ever been approached by like a girl that was like, oh, like Chris, like I'm trying to.
When we were in Rosarito,
No, just anyway, just
in
ever.
general.
they just give you a look.
Yeah, what's the look?
No,
What's
no,
like the worst,
the worst-
way that's ever happened to you?
Like clarify
Like,
the question, like in terms of like
usually-
someone trying to like get it.
like yes, like a girl trying to like spit at you, like spit game at you, like you see.
Oh, when like they've approached you.
yeah.
what's
'Cause,
like
I'm
the worst
talking
thing?
about. I transitioned from alcohol to that because they're probably faded when it happens, or probably at the club. You know what I'm saying? Or just you tell me what's the story.
That's a tough one. Shit.
Yeah.
I've had someone pull up on me, just look at me straight at the bar, like, you won't buy me a shot. And I was like, you're right. I won't. I was like, all right, I'm gonna catch you.
For real. No.
You're so intuitive.
I just think I think like most girls like don't really approach you at a club unless you like know them prior to.
Yeah.
Like it's just like they give you a look, and you know if you don't catch it for like 0.2 seconds, you're fucked. Or you know we call them choosing signals, and then you know you feel me. So if you don't make eye contact, you know.
So how do you know if you're chosen?
Well, the most common one is the eye contact. You like
Definitely.
lock eyes for like 2 or 3 seconds,
Okay. And then what do you do after you're like, what's your
then-
like, okay, what do you do?
and then it's just up to you. Then you got to go up and say something.
What do you do?
I'll be like, hey,
This man does not
I
approach.
can't, yeah.
Rob's
You
back.
know what I'm
Rob was off the market for a while, but he's getting the swing of things again.
saying? Yeah.
No, I
No, you
I
can
don't
go up
know.
and say anything, bro.
Like-
you can go up and say anything.
I literally.
Can't say anything.
You can. You know. Remember the lollipop girl?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait.
That's a recent
Wait,
example.
what is that?
Not that recent though.
What was the lollipop girl?
You tell me. You tell the story. This was like a couple
No.
like months ago.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's just that we were there together. And then there was some girl at with a lollipop at the club. So then I just went up to her. I'm like, what flavor lollipop is that? And then she's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know. You want to try it?
Did you try it?
And I was like,
Did you get to the
yeah,
center
but
of the
I didn't
spot?
try it.
You tried it?
No, I didn't try it. Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Well, so what? So then what happened?
So what happened after that?
No, we're not that. Yeah, nothing happened after that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that's an example of something you can say. It doesn't have to be like any. You can just be like, "Hey, my name is."
That's
know
my
what I mean?
go-to. I just be like, hey,
Yeah.
like you know, my name is Chris, so and so. Like, where you from? Usually, like,
Yeah.
I heard
It's
the
just-
best way is to like ask for her name, and if she asks for your name back, then
Mm-hmm.
she might be interested to see what your name is. If not, then she doesn't give a fuck what your name is.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I used to like make jokes at like something else I'd see, or if like you saw something else cringy. I mean, the easiest segue is if you see someone else shoot their shot and you feed off their failure.
Oh, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's so sad.
You're like, on behalf of mankind, I just want to.
Then you're like, honestly, I can't fuck it up that bad.
it gives you like a little
But you
energy.
use
like,
that.
oh,
You
yeah.
use that as like your conversational piece
Yeah.
going in. Be like,
Yeah, he sucks.
like, bro,
You're like,
what's his fucking deal? Get a load of that guy.
Damn, I would have said no too.
I'm Robert.
Works every time.
Oh hell nah! Oh my god, dude. So you living in LA right now?
Yeah.
How is that? How's LA?
Dude, I love. So I just moved out of like my parents' home.
Congrats.
Like in in August. So it was a cool transition. I was just like, I just told my parents like, I'm done with the business. I felt like I thought I took it as far as I could, even though I didn't open a restaurant. I was just like, it's kind of just my time to like figure out what I want to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just like I feel like most of us are like in that. It's like once you leave college is like your fucking. It's not. I mean, it's like not real in a way. You know what I mean?
Real.
It's not real.
It's like
College is not
like
real.
yeah, like you're just like in your own bubble, your own life, and you know. But once you graduate college and you're like out there, you experience other shit. And so, I mean, you know, living in LA has been like so different because where I'm from a very small town, Pismo Beach, California. I'm actually from the same hometown that Zac Efron's from. Like he went to my high school. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I swear to God.
Oh,
yes.
shit.
How much
Yes.
older is he than us?
He's old.
He's
as hell
old.
now.
He's old as hell, bro. He's
Right,
like,
he was in-
he's
How
gotta
old
be at
were we
least
when
10
High
years
School
old.
He was
Musical came
pretending
out.
to be in high school, and I was in like elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hella movies where he was in high school. 17 again, high school. His like entire career was like, I am in high school.
Yeah.
But he
You
was like,
spent a lot of time in LA too.
so you say you spent a lot of time in high school.
I spent a lot of time in Fleek's hometown in 805.
Oh yeah, because you went to college
Yeah.
down there
Yeah.
too.
And you know where I'm from is a very like
Say it.
a very white area.
It's all good. It's all good.
Rob would
It's
come
all
home. Rob would come home. Like Rob and I are from the same hometown, obviously just for context. And then Boozy, Chris, and I went to college together. Rob would come home and like I'd like play music like that's like from the Bay Area, just like on the aux on like our way to the gym, or if we're just like hanging out like over the summer. And then he'd be like, "Oh man, I really need to tap into this more because every bar I go to, it's just pretty much synonymous every song with Stacy's mom." or like
Sweet
Mr.
Caroline.
Bright, or
They
like
have
Sweet
such
Caroline,
bad
or like
music, and you can
Mr.
back
Bright,
Mr.
or like
Brightside.
Mr.
By the time I
Brightside.
went to visit you, it was pretty
Yeah,
bad.
he was the only black person there for sure.
They were fucking with me though. Love.
Wait, in Slow?
Yeah.
You visited one time?
Yeah, I visited one time. It's love out there.
Yeah, but just like the music's super sad. Like everywhere you go, it's just like, not that I hate country music or like, but they'll be playing that Papa Americano. Like that's how you know it's bad, bro. It's fucking 2019.
slapping that?
Yes, to this day. To this day, I hear it.
Kind of crazy.
Yes, it's pretty crazy. Like
Honestly, if I heard that at a club today, I don't care where I'm at. I'd be like,
bro,
that's
no. I mean, they play Party in the USA. That's still a banger, but it's just like, come on, yo. Like, and the
There's
biggest
like
club,
country bars out
the
here.
biggest club is Motown. Motown
Shout out to
out there.
Motown.
And I mean, like, it's cool, but it's just like, if it had better like if it had a little bit of Bay Area music, popping off.
If there was just some diversity on what's being slapped.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, they're still playing like 2014 hits, like, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, like, obviously, like, you know, you probably get love out in the hometown. When y'all feeling yourself, you know what I'm saying? Say you get with the shawty for the night, you know what I'm saying? What's your go-to put it down move?
Oh, when I'm back home?
Oh yeah, when you're putting it down, what's your move?
You ever heard of the Flying Dragon?
I'm talking for real. Talk to me, son.
I've never heard that. That's a cool.
Or the Spinning Samurai?
Wow. I know you used to tell me you used to fuck with the jetpack joyride.
The jetpack joyride. Please explain what's the jetpack
Yeah.
joyride.
That's all Rob.
Walk me through the jetpack joyride.
Oh wait, no, we seen one of our homies in the
Huh?
basement of Sigma with the jet. You remember the jetpack joyride? Remember? I can't say his name out there, but
Don't say the name, but
bro, he literally had his hands under the girl's like armpits, and then like he was kind of like doing this lifting motion.
Do I know who it is?
Yeah, when we were in the basement and we're just like,
bro,
dancing.
you know what name
Come
I'm
on.
saying through this.
Who? Hey,
It's two letters.
Y'all keep talking.
His name's two letters.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
There's a
Shout out to him.
there's a legendary video. Yeah, but he literally had his arms under like the girl's armpits. It was I've never seen it before. Kind of like he had her like a full
They
Nelson.
were dancing.
a
They
full
were dancing.
Nelson
For
almost. They were
perspective. They were like
dancing.
dancing on it. Like,
But he was
dancing
just
on it.
like kind of picking her up, and I was kind of looking at him, just like that's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting position.
You never really
learn a
just-
lot about yourself in a fraternity basement.
I think
There's some grimy people. I
think one of the greatest moves
Myself
of all
included.
time is the helicopter touchdown into the helipad. That's crazy. When you just like walk out swinging.
Mm-hmm. The Hanging Python.
You walk out
You ain't
swinging.
never used no hanging button.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. You walk out swinging, and you're just like, all right, I'm trying to touch down.
I need the motion. The motion's
Yeah, with that
crazy.
silverback gorilla.
Okay.
Whoa.
Now we're just making shit up.
Now y'all just saying
Now
shit.
we're just saying shit.
Now y'all just saying shit.
We're just saying shit. But I mean, yeah, like some of that shit's crazy. You know what I mean? We just be, freestyling. You know what I mean? Crazy to freestyle.
You ever gotten hit with the Venus flytrap?
Elaborate one of
What
these
is that?
moves. Just
Actually,
get on one of
hey,
these.
tell me a little bit about the.
Dictionary
Motherfuckers got
opened up.
Google.
No,
you know
tell
what I'm
me
saying?
about the Venus flytrap because that sounds kind of wow.
You know how like the Venus flytrap, like it opens slowly, right?
And then it eats your shit and,
And then-
dissolves your shit.
And then as soon as exactly,
Hey, you ever had your shit dissolved?
Cannot say that I have. I honestly.
Feels good.
you ever had a girl hit you with that giraffe,
What?
the long neck?
Shut the fuck up. Now y'all just saying shit. This is not what I signed up for.
Stupid.
Call that the safari.
Do you guys wait? I have a question. Do you guys ever play music? Well, obviously you bring the girl over, or to set the mood, or is it kind of just you guys like get straight to work?
Sometimes.
Because I'm very much.
Yeah,
I just like to set
sometimes.
the mood.
Yeah.
But sometimes like you'd be like, oh, hold on, let me play a song, kind of like kills the mood.
All right.
So,
Well,
you know?
I mean, all right. So that depends. What's your like go-to song if you had to?
Oh, I got a playlist, bro. First song's Division.
Oh, he's got the Division. You don't feel like a lot of people don't know about Division.
They don't,
No,
bro.
yeah.
She
Like-
Don't by Ella Mai and Ty Dolla $ign.
Mm.
That was good. That was good.
Okay.
It's
I
not
don't
bad.
care if it you.
So Summer Walker.
Hey,
Summer Walker goes crazy.
Hey,
too.
I know for a fact my playlist works. I know for a fact because I know a couple of my buddies use that shit, and they said the
No, sharing a sex playlist. Sharing a sex. That's crazy.
and they said the
shared sex playlist is crazy.
They said the playlist was wow. That's all I got to say about it.
Hey man, send me that shit, man. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. You got my Apple Music?
All the homies be like, "Yo, what's the playlist?
Who's on that playlist?
I think. I don't know. I think one of my like literally all time favorite songs is "In the Morning" by The Weeknd.
That's a good one.
That's good.
It's such.
Weekend's good.
It's a vibe. Yeah.
Or no,
In the
in the morning with
In the
Drake
Morning
and
with
fucking
Drake
J.
and J.
Cole.
No, that's not a good bedroom song.
In the morning it is.
It is in the morning.
In the morning it is. Yeah.
He
I guess.
specifically asked for permission to hit it.
Just
actually
know,
did.
on the
just
song.
explicitly asking for
He's
consent
like-
in the morning.
That's like 100, like in a very sensual way.
That's
Yeah.
actually kind of.
or really any Drake. Any Drake is.
So you're a big Drake fan,
Bro,
You've
I
always
am
been a big Drake fan.
Bro, when I seen those videos of him at the Apollo Theater, bro, I just wanted,
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I wanted to like chuck my phone against the room because obviously I've seen Drake before live, and he plays obviously like all the bangers as you know, but he doesn't
You have
play.
too.
He doesn't play the deep cut.
I know you weren't there that year.
I've never
Bro,
seen him, but I
just heard
know he
some
doesn't
shit.
play.
No, bro, he played. Bro, I was telling Rob this because like I literally seen that video of him like opening song was "Over My Dead Body."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
and
bro-
like the setup was like his
Incredible
bedroom
record.
growing up.
bro,
Like a Degrassi jersey.
100%. I seen that show. I was like, bro, I would have given anything to be at that fucking concert.
Drake gets his roast, but like this, all four of us are pretty like pro giving that man his flowers. He's the GOAT.
Bro,
Um,
the GOAT.
I played all the like songs that you don't really see him in like in concert, like Jungle. You
You
played
see-
Marvin's Room, bro.
He played like his top 50. What alright, so what's your greatest? Your number one?
I don't
It's
like.
A, it's
I
a,
don't
it's
like,
a hot topic, but
I don't
what's
like
your greatest Drake.
I'll be
album?
honest with you. I don't like sharing like some of my favorite Drake songs with like people. I shared it like one of my favorite Drake
You're
songs
gatekeeping music
with my.
I think he's
Drake,
more like,
bro.
like I don't want to hear your perspective on how I feel about a song. Is that
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is?
that and just like I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes like if I share like a song with a girl, like and if she doesn't know the song or like she starts vibing with it, sometimes like when I hear that song, it just like reminds me of that person. You know what I mean? And like
I do
some
feel that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
When they don't like it.
No,
No,
or
no.
just in general, like there's certain songs that bring me back to like certain periods of my life.
100%.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what
and
I'm
like
saying.
that I'll never
Exactly.
forget. Or like certain songs that I might have shown someone or someone that might have shown me, and I'm like, oh, I remember when I first heard that song. I was here or I was doing
with
that. Or I was-
exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So like I know what I know
I
what you're
feel every
saying.
time
And so
Friday,
I've
like
only
the
ever
Black
really
Panther
shared like my favorite like Drake songs with one girl, and that's like really it. But like I just don't like doing that too much because not that I like obviously don't want to like gatekeep, but it's just like
So I'll put-
the Take Care album for me.
So I'll pose the question again. So what's your GOAT Drake album? Your number one Drake
Take
album?
Care easily.
I
Take
think
Care.
like,
For me, like obviously everybody has their own
Yeah.
opinions, but for me it's Take Care.
I think Take Care is it's that, but like my 1B has got to be If You're Reading This Now, It's Too Late.
oh, that brings back memories.
Yeah,
That brings
that's
back
exactly
memories.
what I'm talking about.
I think,
it's exactly
I
what
think
I'm
my
talking about.
go-to was always Take Care. I think if I look at it now, just in terms of like songs I can replay any given day, I think a lot of Drake albums will have that replayability just
Yeah.
forever, which is, I mean, why he is where he is. But Nothing Was the Same is going to be my number one, man. Like,
No, that's a good one.
It's
Nothing
cool,
was the
it's
same.
cool.
Like, just in terms of like shit that you can play at any time. Like, Furthest Thing will always be a slapper. Like, Just Hold On, We're Going. Like, all that shit. Like,
It's
all
come
like
through on that one.
Come Through is
Yeah,
on that
that
one
one,
as well.
yeah.
From
That's great.
Time with
That's great.
Janae Aiko.
Oh, all time
But then
great song.
remember
All-time
the
great
one
song.
with Future and Drake too.
Yeah,
That was a
fun.
game
Yeah.
changer,
Oh yeah, well that song, that whole album brings me back to college.
bro. I was
We were
working
playing
at
it
Black
everywhere.
Angus when that shit dropped. I was in the kitchen. I dropped what I was doing, man. I was
Quit
going
on the
crazy.
spot.
I was
When he
going-
comes in on Live from the Gutter.
Yeah,
like,
man. I was.
we were in college, his Future's last tour date
Yeah.
was, that's like when the album had come out. I don't know why I'm forgetting the album name for whatever reason.
Oh
right now,
my
but
god, no, he dropped.
Um,
he played. This was when he dropped Purple
Diamonds
Rain.
Dance? No.
No.
Is it Purple Rain?
Purple Rain.
No.
Or is it the one that has Thought It Was a Drought?
No, I'm talking about like
Well, he
the,
came
the,
to San
the
Jose
collab
State.
album. The collab album.
The collab
Oh,
Future Drake album. What a Time to Be Alive.
What a
Yeah,
Time to Be
What a
Alive.
time to be
What a
alive.
Time to be
Yeah,
alive.
yeah, what a time to be
Thank you,
alive.
yeah.
You and yours.
Be
Yeah. So the last
It
date,
was a time to be alive.
no,
man.
the last date,
2016.
the last date on Future's tour was at our college, And we were all stoked because the 2 days before, it's like a video of him doing Jumpman, and then Drake gets pulled out. We're like, we're the last show on the tour.
Yeah.
We're feeling it. Like, oh, Drake's gonna come out. We all of us got there hella early, and he brings out like E40, which was like still cool. Like, shout out to the Bay, that was sick. But like, when
Shout out to the Bay, but I can see E40 at 7-Eleven.
Wait, Drake wasn't there?
No, he didn't bring
at 7-Eleven.
But all right, so I got nothing was the same. You got Take Care. You got If You're Reading This Is Too Late. What's your go Drake album?
I don't know, bro. I think it's either got to be Take Care or I actually really like Views a lot.
It is one of the more
That's a hot
stuff.
take.
Views has a lot of like
That's a
deep
hot-
cuts. It has like Controlla.
That Controlla One
Yeah,
Dance in
One
2016. That was
That was a
crazy.
different time.
That was played
Controlla and the
everywhere.
Rihanna
Crazy,
song
crazy
too.
as
If you know, you know.
Oh, Feel No Ways is on Views.
Feel No Ways.
That's my greatest Drake
Western
song.
Road Flows.
Yeah, dude, that's
Fire and Desire too.
Oh
is
yeah,
good.
see, he played all of
Fire
those
and
songs
Desire.
that he does. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what I'm telling y'all.
He has hits.
Yeah, there's not a miss. I
Well,
don't think
is there
he has.
anyone
Like,
that-
people think
I don't-
honestly, never mind.
I
People
don't
think
think-
honestly,
I
never
don't-
mind. Was
No,
a
that
miss.
was fire.
Fire.
It was good.
Honestly, never
It
mind.
was
I think it like
experimental.
sparked the Afrobeats like wave too. Burna Boy
No,
definitely did.
I don't know
Burna
about
Boy
that.
did.
No.
That was already on its way.
I think it
already-
put a
already
new
out.
perspective. I think it brought in a lot of new perspective, like a lot of new like ears to it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he did put Thames onto the world.
Thank God.
he
Yeah,
did.
Shout out to him
like,
for that.
He did put Thames onto the world. He might have put WizKid onto the world with like,
Yeah, low-key. I think that's how I heard of him too.
yeah.
Essence is the greatest song ever
it's
created.
yeah, beautiful,
It's
beautiful
the greatest
music.
song ever created.
I mean, Drake is like, I feel like unequivocally like the greatest artist of our generation, if
Probably.
not the greatest
Probably all
artist
time,
to ever
bro.
touch a microphone. Do you think there's anybody in the game right now that's touching him or like
No.
could in the next
Pause.
few years?
Pause.
You know what I mean? Is there anybody in the next few years that can like take his spot
Like at the top of the game.
at the
No.
top of the game? He's at
Well,
the top of the game.
But you know what's crazy? No one knew, like, if you looked at, like, who Drake was when Drake was, like, just on Young Money and, like, when he was, like, coming up. Dude was a kid from Degrassi, like, that already, like, had his knock. I don't think anyone could have, even in their wildest, like, thoughts or, like, visions or predictions, forecasted him to be where he is.
Dude,
So
it's
maybe
'cause
there
he's-
is someone.
it's
Maybe there's
'cause
someone that we don't even know that's just, like,
It's because he's bigger than anyone that was even at that time.
yeah.
We've never seen anything like it.
But you know
to be
what's
honest?
there was a time where like people didn't fuck with him though, like
Because he was in the
he's
rap game as a singer.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yes,
he had, like,
exactly.
And that was weird at the time. He was the only one. He was the first like real rapper singer.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
people
'cause
were
I
calling him
remember-
soft for that.
and that's what happens
Yes.
when you're ahead of
Yeah.
your time. People are gonna hate.
Don't forget about Ayaz. I'm just fucking with you.
All right, bro. When you're ahead of your time, people are always gonna hate. But like, he transcended like genres of music.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
He's done every genre.
Yeah, he's done everything.
Pretty much done
done
every
everything.
genre.
Do we think there's no one that's currently that we know of?
Well, I mean, like,
Because you have
that's-
to because this is a transcending.
well, that's also
portion
my
of it
thing.
as
I'm
well.
like, fuck. Like, who is the next
Who's
one?
that talented?
Who's the
bro?
next one?
Yeet.
I've never heard of you.
It's not even about being that talented. It's about being that consistent. Like,
No, 100%.
being that like dynamic. Like Drake can do a lot.
yeah, I mean, it's versatile.
It's a lot of like experimental
Yeah.
shit, and like a lot of people don't take that leap. But then like I literally like we saw that TikTok after like that video where someone was like, or I think it was like a tweet. Someone's like, a week after Honestly Nevermind came out, he's like been at 10 studios and everyone's trying to figure out how to make Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Like it's like shit that's like you put that out there in the game, like you don't like a lot of people like, man, that shit's not gonna work, and then like it's gonna get its hate, but then like you'll see it like naturally, like if you what you put out is like quality product
Mhm.
on its own, like even if it's different, like it will start to garner attention and it will start to
Yeah.
click. And like it's crazy 'cause that's my, I mean, to answer your question, I don't know if there's anyone that we directly see right now that we can like pinpoint like, oh, he's next. But that's the crazy thing, like the similar to like how Drake kind of blew up. Like I don't think any of us like when that if that question was to get asked when like Wayne was at the top or like Kanye or like Hove, like we're like who's next? I don't really know if there was that many people saying Drake or like, and then
True.
to imagine him taking it beyond the heights that they've done it.
But
to.
I think right now it's a different genre. But I think like Bad Bunny is like,
I agree.
bro. It's
I
just,
agree.
it's kind of crazy because Spanish music has really become like fucking.
fire.
See, that's
Bro,
transcending.
isn't-
See, that's
Bad Bunny's,
transcending.
like,
Like,
It's worldwide.
Does bigger
now.
numbers than Drake.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what's crazy when you can
he's a
happily-
superstar. He's
yeah,
a
when you can
superstar.
happily listen to a song and you have no idea what they're
No
saying.
idea
Yeah.
what they're
Yeah,
saying.
for real.
I've been doing that a lot more.
Yeah.
It's fire.
It is
Because
fire.
sometimes, like, when you can understand everything, it's like gets
Do
distracting.
you try to hum the words even though you
Hell
don't
yeah.
know
I do
it?
that with
bro.
every song, bro.
So like you
Yeah.
know you're not saying what they're
Even
saying.
if
but
I'm
you're
hearing
just
the
not
song
saying
for the first
bullshit.
time, if I hear a song for the first time, I'm still trying to sing along.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. I'm still trying to sing along. and I'm hella off beat.
Predicting
You
lyrics.
sound like LeBron James was
I'm
when
all
he's
like,
trying to like
Yabba dabba do Old Navy.
Yabba dabba do
Yabba
Old
dabba
Navy.
do.
Fucking saying, man.
I just can't believe he doesn't restart those videos. man.
I think now he does it on purpose, but I think it's pretty
Yeah.
funny. He's just mouthing just like nonsense.
The Old
Yeah.
Navy one is crazy.
The Old Navy one is crazy. Like he couldn't have been further from the lyric. This time he prepped, he saved it up for that specific lyric, and then just went yabba dabba do Old Navy. Doesn't make eye contact, bobbing his head like he knows he nailed that
But it's
shit.
so
Like,
true though.
He really felt the
Felt
Old
that
Navy.
shit.
Honestly,
Man.
do you think Old Navy got like an uptick from when that shit blew up?
Man, motherfuckers are not shopping at Old Navy. Are people still shopping at Old Navy?
You know what? I didn't. You know what company
really?
I didn't think would blow up, but they
I don't
have
think
Gap.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Gap.
Yeah.
Did
It's because of
any- did you-
Kanye.
It's only because
Kanye.
Kanye.
Come to
really.
Kanye.
I don't know about only because of Kanye.
Bro,
Well,
what? I've
it's
never
pretty
wanted
much-
to buy Gap until he did a collab with Gap.
But no, but I'll see like
Never-
people.
That's true.
I
Like,
never
I'll see people
wanted to buy
I'll
Gap.
see people acting like they're dripped out on like Instagram with like regular shit from Gap.
Well,
like,
that's
not
because that's the
line.
Kanye effect.
But you
Kanye
think it's 'cause he
effect.
Does he
buy-
had impact
Yes.
on their line?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why they did the deal.
And
Bro,
I'm sure they
the
put out a
deal.
bunch of
I
other
would-
shit with his,
I would
like,
love to just
creative
like have a
input.
sit down talk with Kanye. What do you think having like a one-on-one conversation with that man is,
It's
bro?
probably
'Cause
hella.
you know what's funny? Because my boy works for him and he said he's fucking crazy.
It's probably
I would
hella
take,
tense
I would
all the
take the
time.
500,000.
Wait,
instead
wait.
of
Tell us
lunch with
tell us
Kanye.
more on that.
No, so he works for like his production company at Yeezy, and so like when he just like needs a show. Oh, so he You remember when Kim Kardashian like had like that
Yes.
on Valentine's Day with the roses? He delivered that truck, and yeah,
That's pretty dope.
I mean,
Oh, you told me this.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
No,
that
the
was
flowers that she didn't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he
I
like
know
he didn't pay him for like a couple weeks. He owed him like $10K. I was like, fuck. You know, I was like,
Wait,
he's managing.
what?
Yes.
So your boyfriend did it?
Well, yes, he fronted. Yes, 100%.
What?
Yes, it's crazy. But I mean, you're working with him, and he's in the studio. He's in the studio with other like creative people who are making music. So I mean, you know,
Fronting a
like,
tab for Kanye West is crazy.
Yeah.
That's
fuck?
crazy. Like fuck the
he
dollar
got paid
amount.
back though.
Fuck the, yeah, but
Obviously,
like
yeah.
fuck the dollar amount. The concept of it is like, yo, yeah, you got my Venmo.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, hey man, you owe me like 10,000, bro, and you're like kind of a billionaire. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, yeah, obviously not fuck the dollar amount. It's like just a regular dude doing like your job. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna get you back on that 15,000.
Hey man, speaking of Ye though, you ever watch that tape? That Kim K tape? Y'all watch
With
the tape?
Kanye? They got
No, I'm talking about the OG tape.
Oh, the OG tape. Wow, that's
The Ray J.
The beginning of
The Ray J Kim K.
The beginning of
weren't
the
there
career.
like you know what's it called? They were saying that was like kind of planned.
Staged?
Yeah, staged
Like
and planned.
Kris Jenner kind of
Chris Jenner
planned the
like
whole
planned
thing.
all of that. She's wild. For that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
she put her
doubt it.
own
I
family
mean, is there truth to that? I mean, like that was a huge thing, and they're like, fast forward to today, yeah, maybe like people argue that like it helped blow her up, but like even like now when she's like already a billionaire, it was like, didn't Kanye just had an interview where he was like, yeah, I pulled up on Ray J and was like, I'm gonna need those. He's like, I'm gonna need the rest of that vid, and like it just kind of
Shit,
like really,
we need the rest of that vid. The fuck? We need-
Do we?
Yeah. Yeah, part one was sad.
I remember watching it as a kid in middle school, and I was like, this is
What?
crazy. It was like, we were in like middle school for that shit.
Don't,
bro.
don't cap. We all watched that shit in middle school, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking cap. There's no cap.
I
on
saw it
here.
later.
I ain't never lied on here.
That dude's a family desktop.
Yeah. Yo, have you ever been caught by your family watching some shit that you're not supposed to watch? Like, maybe not in the act, but like, have they ever like searched like the history? You thought you deleted the history, and they were like, "Oh shit."
My mom follows us on Instagram. No.
I kind of remember a time, but I'm not sure if it actually happened.
you guys ever think you
What
had?
the fuck does that mean?
Do you guys ever think
It's
you were
like
able to
6 or
sneaky
s-
with it and never got caught?
Yeah. Like,
Hey,
I
this
probably,
was before incognito, bro. This is where we
Yeah.
could go incognito.
probably
There
like
was
6th or
always
7th
incognito.
grade.
Oh, fuck.
Not that I know, mom.
Tell us about your story, Rob.
I don't know if it.
Tell us
happened
what
or
you
not.
think happened.
I think I might have gotten
Don't
my
tell us what you know
my
happened.
browser history check before,
Yeah,
but I don't remember definitively.
really.
I might have just like blocked it out of my brain or some traumatic events.
Have you ever been caught?
Well, I was the one running our computer at the time. My parents aren't very technical with it, so you know I had full control. They were like, "Chris, can you please clean the computer?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
That's outlandish. Did you ever catch your dad watching some shit?
My dad didn't know how to work a computer, man.
Oh hell no! That's crazy.
No, when I was younger, obviously, obviously, like my parents can't read English, so they'd just be like, "What is this?" You know. So I would just be like, "Oh, this is just like just sign it. It's good. No worries." You know. Yeah. They'd always ask me for like translation.
Just charging shit on their credit card. Be like, yeah, no, it's good.
No, I never did that, but just like when I feel like we all did that. I don't know.
What? Do what?
Yeah. I mean,
So like my parents couldn't read English, obviously.
yeah.
So like whenever I had like a note from school or whatever,
Like a citation.
yeah, or something,
Or this reading log I wasn't trying to read.
yeah, they're like, "What is this?" They're like, "Just sign it."
Now, my parents are immigrants, but I mean, like for me, like my perspective, they just both like they learned English in their schools, like in India before they came over here as well. So I mean, the language barrier I don't think was ever a problem. But I mean, like, dude, I've heard some crazy shit like in terms of like immigrants coming here and then like their ways of learning. One of our boys from high school, I believe it was Daniel, but he said his buddy. Or not his buddy. What am I talking about? He said his dad when he came to America, he told him a story that, and this shit always stuck with me. Like it's just a crazy concept. He came, he went to the movies, barely understood any English, bought one ticket in the morning, and just movie hopped throughout the day and just like trying to pick up on English. And like that was his exposure to like, I mean, earlier it was like 90s, like is whatever too. So everything's not like as accessible. Yeah. It's like he's like, fuck it, instead of buying a bunch of movies, he paid for one movie ticket. Came here and just movie hopped to like a bunch of different theaters, and I was like, "That shit's so."
And he learned English in a day.
Well, like it just he knew a lot more walking out that day than he did coming in. But like
he walks out with all the corniest jokes.
Only saw Scarface.
Only punchlines.
He's only talking about like drug empires.
Actually, it's
Terminator. Like comes home to his wife. I'll be back.
It's crazy that we're actually talking about this because today I went to the office and one of my coworkers was telling me about. He might have been joking or not, but he was like, "Yeah, like." I learned how to speak English when I was on the basketball court talking shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. He said that's when I learned like how to speak English and how to deal with really tense situations.
That's dope.
And I was like,
you
that's
heard
crazy.
That Luca interview the other day, right? We watched that
together.
together.
Yeah, I love talking shit. He's like, sometimes I don't, but I love it.
We were like, when did he learn to talk like that?
Yeah. He's like, when he said, "Oh, for sure," I'm like, yeah, he's here. He's here.
Yeah, he's here.
Honestly, like some of the foreign players have like the funniest interviews. Like we were watching the Nuggets game earlier. Like Jokic's interviews would just be absolutely hilarious. Some people that like have that like, it's like this. I think it's the delivery. But like you can tell like what they're going for, but like not in like a way where you're laughing at by any means. But it's just like this dude's fucking hilarious. Like you can be like, I wish I understood like how they would naturally deliver that in their language because I'm sure I'd be cracking the fuck up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If I could understand,
like you can tell like if they're like making you laugh despite like navigating through something that's not their first natural language and they're still having you laughing, it's like, man, I gotta learn like Slovenian because like this is hilarious.
No, well in Europe like most like people know like a third language,
like 3-4 languages.
Yes, we're sad here. Our school system here is super sad.
Yeah,
because I remember when I was in Europe and I was in Ibiza, I was talking to this girl just through Spanish. She was German, but we could communicate because she knew Spanish.
That's sick.
We all have to take languages like in high school too, but like,
but
nothing like that.
Yours was capped because you grew up speaking.
At least I can speak some other language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I knew another one for sure.
Well, you grew up speaking Mandarin.
Yeah.
And then
it's crazy because there's some Asian kids out there that don't know how to speak like their native language.
Well, I feel like I've heard that some parents
a lot of kids.
Some parents come to America and they don't want to teach their kids the language on purpose.
Right. That's how
my parents were with Hindi with my sister and I. So we had both of us understand it perfectly. But in terms of like delivering it, it's like sometimes like we'll be on the phone with like relatives and like I'm gonna get cooked if I try to say like, but like anything they say, like we'll be able to pick up on for the most part. But in terms of like our delivery and like the pronunciation, like that was just never something that like personally my parents just felt the need to, and like there's nothing wrong with that because like I think English was also what they were driving as well at home too.
I just heard it because like they don't want like their kids to have like the accent or like they want their kids to be fully assimilated into American culture.
I gotta ask my parents what their reasoning was.
I've heard various different reasoning, right? Like
that was my parents too. They wanted me to learn English.
Like I would have loved to be able to like I can understand like my family's like language are from Nigeria. Like I understand when they're talking. But I wish I could speak it because that would be sick. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'd go back there and be able to communicate in the language.
Writing it's big too. Like in terms of like, there's like a whole different like scripture language, like writing like Hindi and like other languages.
It's sick. It's actually really dope. It's super useful.
My kids are for sure. Like when I have kids, they're for sure gonna have to learn to like know Spanish. Yeah. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. Like they got to be able to communicate with like their grandparents, or whatever. Like, but we'll see. I don't know. Nowadays, nobody wants to have kids, so I don't know.
Have you guys ever had to? I know. Yeah. Have you guys ever had to? Have you seen someone like, for example, like we want to pivot using the language subject here, where there's a language barrier, but like it's an attractive person. Maybe you want to come and try to find a way
that's
to
when
shoot.
you whip
He's
out
trying to
that.
set us up.
Hey, that's when you whip out that Google Translate.
Hey, a few months ago, me, Boozy, and
No.
Fleek here, we
No.
went on a trip to South America.
Yeah.
That's
And it
all
was
I'm
all
saying.
about Google
It
Translate.
was all about
Yeah.
Google Translate.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
I can't because I had no idea what the fuck I was saying.
Yeah.
I was just
Wait, I wonder. Wait,
What were you typing in?
I'm curious to know how people will take that, because we had like when we talking to our friends, we had like two different like viewpoints on this, because we were like, obviously he doesn't know Spanish, but he wants to communicate with like a girl that he meets, like, you know, and she just doesn't speak English. Is it weird if you have the Google Translate and you're making an effort
I don't think it's weird.
to like talk to her, or is that like too desperate? I personally think that you're trying to make the effort to like talk to someone.
I think you're just
and
immediately
communicate.
addressing the elephant in the room. Like, hey, this is an obstacle. Obviously,
Yeah.
we have a language barrier, but like, I
Right.
would still like to
I'm
communicate
showing
with you.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a
Yeah.
bad idea.
It's
Obviously,
not-
I was
it's
helping
not-
you out. Yeah.
It's not even too desperate because like how else are we gonna communicate?
It'd be awkward. I think what would be
Exactly.
awkward is if you tried without anything and
Yeah.
you're just like butchering the shit and you're just like,
Yeah.
it could come
Yeah.
off as like offensive, like all of that, and like super natural, like super
Yeah.
like justifiably too. But like
Yeah.
if you're like clearly making that for like, hey, like I've had Uber drivers do that here. Like I've had Uber drivers like with Google Translate just like pulled up, like if I have like a special request or something,
Yeah.
like, oh, actually, can you drop me off on the right side of the road?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can you type that in like
Yeah.
right here and I'll do that. Like it's like totally like, oh
It's
hey,
like
these are the
technology's
cards we're
there
dealt.
That's
for
why
a
it's
reason.
there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Technology's there for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? To make life.
There's nothing wrong with the
I don't think
barrier.
it's
There's
too
nothing wrong
desperate.
with the barriers.
I don't think it's too
And like that's
desperate.
one of the best things to do when you're traveling, right? It's like talk to local people.
Yeah.
Why would
And
you-
I actually think that like people appreciate it if you make the effort to speak to them in their language, even if you're not good. Like try, like, and they probably appreciate it.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, yes, Google Translate is the fucking way.
It just takes a little while, but
Would I rather
we
speak
get the
English?
conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
I would rather
Well, just rather
speak
what
on my
you
own
know.
accord.
Yeah, I know,
I'd
no,
rather
no.
speak on my own accord.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're cool with it, Rob, because like Rob,
Were there some
obviously-
mishaps?
No. Like I understood with Rob because like it's hard when there's a communication barrier. You want to get to know a girl. Like there's got to be some connection there. To
Yeah.
try.
Well,
Yeah.
there's so many things you can't express on Google Translate.
Exactly.
You know what
I
I'm
thought
saying?
you could just say anything.
You can't say
Like you
anything.
said.
No, it's
Yeah,
different. 'Cause
yeah,
obviously, I
yeah.
can speak Spanish, so like when
Yeah.
there's banter and like we're going
But
back
then
and
you
forth
can't
with a
like
girl. Yeah.
tell like the facial expressions
Yeah,
or like
you
your
can't
face
tell.
doesn't move with the words. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's beautiful that it's a free app.
Whatever. We got
Fucking
time.
beautiful.
How
Google
long?
Tran-
No, we got more time.
Oh,
man.
we got
We
more
can
time.
go-
I'm just
we
asking.
can go all night, man. We can go all fucking night.
We're all ready.
What's up? What you talking about?
No, we're just doing a time check. I just want to make. We have some stuff on there. We still definitely want to talk about. Just see how we're doing.
Yeah, what's
We're
good?
gonna-
Yeah,
Yes, talk
what's
to us,
good?
man. Talk to us, man. What's going on, man?
All right. So I had a
What's
question.
on your
I got a
mind? Yeah,
question
what's
for
on
you. I
your
got a
mind?
question for
it's
you
a
guys.
very
What's up?
important question.
It's a very important question. So
What's up?
we've spoken a little bit on this podcast already today about trust,
Yeah,
but there's also sometimes things happen where you got to get the trust back.
yeah.
Which of these two scenarios would you think would be harder to give an individual their trust back in that specific relationship? If you're with your significant other, you get cheated on,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're with your barber and he fucks up your hairline.
It's got to be the hairline
Yeah.
because
It's harder.
In both situations, you know this other person. You've been with them for at least 5 years. You know, like this was a one-time thing.
what if I was with
But
my
it's-
barber? For
but
at
it's
least
also
5
like
years getting cut?
it's both
Okay,
situations.
okay.
Yeah.
It's your longtime barber.
Long-time barber.
If I'm walking out and everyone sees my shit pushed
Your
back,
hairline is clapped.
it's
like, it's
bad.
But
Yeah.
he's like, "Oops."
Yeah, that's
I'm not
bad.
coming back. Realistically,
Yeah, I'm not coming back.
I'm not coming
Yeah.
back.
I'm not coming back.
Especially
to the
if he
door.
knows
Why the
you.
fuck did you just look at my shit? Don't look at it. No, you.
Like this happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
but then
point-
again, playing devil's like, why would you come back to the girl? I think that's I think it might be barber.
Which one's
actually.
harder?
Which one's harder?
It's got to be the barber.
I don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to
mean,
come back to either,
um,
or you can go back to both. But which one's more difficult?
I mean, your barber ain't giving you the ooh so.
And that's very true. And also, your barber, especially if it was a long-term barber, he like willingly destroyed your life.
But he's blessed you with 5 years of impeccable cuts.
Yeah, but he's
so
willing.
you know he has the juice.
Yes, but you also know that your girl had the juice too.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
And-
But odds are, if she cheated, she didn't do it like in front of your face, right? She tried to hide it from you, and you found out.
Well, no fucking shit. She's not gonna be like, "Hey, babe, I fucked dude."
But he's
That's
saying
why I'm
because the
saying
barber did it in front
if
of
the
your
barber
face.
Yeah.
did it in
And
front of
that's
your face,
more blatant
that's
disrespect.
More, yes, it's more
That's more
blatant,
blatant
disrespect.
disrespect.
Yes,
But unintentional.
completely intentional.
No, he's not. Like, he could be like, chopping your shit up. You need one, by the way. Just chop it. Just
I
chop
need
it.
one too with
Yeah,
that.
no. I mean,
I go to the barber because I know he has a steady hand. He's not supposed to do that. I trust that he's not going to slip and be like, "Ooh, my bad."
Those things do
She
happen.
could have a steady hand.
Oh,
too.
so he accidentally fucked you up.
Yeah, no, he didn't look at you and be like, "I'm gonna push his shit back 2 inches." Pause.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but he's. It's more so, both situations where neither of them were meant to harm you.
All right. In that case, the girl is more out to harm you than the barber.
Yes.
If it's accidental.
Yes.
Because like your girl is gonna have to like premeditate that shit.
Yeah.
And, like go behind your back and set the whole thing up.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
right. That's premeditated.
Then it's premeditated.
It's all
Then
premeditated.
that's worse.
I don't even know what premeditated means, bro.
But if your barber like
Thought
if your long-term barber
I'm
had
talking-
looked you in the eyes and was like, "Yeah, fuck you." Bro.
No, I'm talking like your answer is the barber.
I
If it's
mean,
accidental.
No matter
neither
which
of them.
side you pick, I'm gonna add an extenuating circumstance to the.
Add it.
change
Add
it.
it.
So what's your
I'm on
answer
the side of the
first? So what's-
barber. Add,
So
go.
barber is more difficult.
Yes. Go ahead.
All right, it happened multiple times with a girl, and you found out all at once.
Oh, then it's E.
Yeah, I mean,
Then
I'm
it's
not.
done, bro.
Look.
Then it's
I'm
done.
not saying. Look. My thing is like, if it happens once,
All right,
it could probably. It's probably happened again.
I'll repose it. It's first of all, in this situation, you are as down bad as can be.
Yeah.
I'll repose the question.
got a
You
fucked
have
up-
to go back to one of them.
Okay. Go ahead.
You have to go back to one of them.
Rephrase-
So
Ooh.
in the situation,
Oh, that okay.
You have to-
rephrase the
to
question.
go back to
So
Because
I'll repose the
I'll tell
question.
you right now what's up.
in a
I'll
whole-
go back to the barber.
Yeah.
God
I'm
forbid that
going
this
back to
happens
the
to
barber.
anyone, but let's
I got
say
too
on
much
the worst,
self-respect,
this
my
would be the worst day of your life. You just found out your girl has cheated on you after a very long committed relationship, and you find this out moments after exiting the barber's chair, who you've been going to for 5 years, blessing you with impeccable fresh fades, cuts, and he's just absolutely clapped your hairline.
Well,
Like,
this
it
just
is-
happened to one of my homies.
So now you're just
Is he
down
good?
bad.
Is he okay?
You got a fucked up hairline and your girl cheated on you. You're down bad, bro. You're
I
down
feel like at
bad.
that point you gotta go back to your girl. I'm not getting anybody else in this hairline.
This happened to what happened to a dude I know. But fuck, man, he's
You gotta make it work with your girl because you're not doing anything else with that hairline.
nah. Honestly, on some real shit, I was just bullshitting about the barber. I'm dumping her ass real quick.
Yeah, if she cheats once, she probably cheated twice. If she probably cheated twice, she probably cheated
You
three
get
times.
3 times, and then you know you got to
This is a
multiply by
this is
2.
a pro faithful podcast.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it definitely is, but nowadays, like the dating scene is so weird, bro.
Bro, it is. The
I'm
street-
talking like he just took the clippers and just mohawked.
No,
them.
I'm just talking about like the dating scene in general. I feel like I think cheating has become like.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
So like, what do you? I mean, honestly, no.
No,
He's,
I mean
he's
Sorry,
right though,
sorry,
because like
continue.
it's different out here, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
like, I just don't know what's going on with our generation. This is why I understand like Nick Cannon and like Elon Musk are trying to repopulate the world, bro. Like, it's just I understand it now. I get it now.
I don't understand it. I do not understand.
I don't want
it.
to live in a world of Nick Cannon offspring. It must
You've
stop.
got like 14 kids now.
I'm tired of.
no, well, you.
I don't want to see Nick Cannon everywhere I go.
Nick
I don't
Cannon
want
and
to see that.
NBA YoungBoy have like a combined like NBA roster of like more a football roster, honestly.
Oh my god!
Well, it's like,
52?
no, it's like nowadays.
You
like,
got at least 30. I
Would you
think,
guys be
combined.
down to have like 12 kids, like a football
no,
team?
what?
No.
Hell no.
If it was
Unless
all,
in, like,
if
in
I
South
was
America.
if I was like super well off and it was like with the same girl, I'd be down to have like 12 kids, and we were like living in a big ass
Not
house.
many
That's what I'm
there's
saying,
not many
though.
women that
No,
are
no,
down to
no,
have
no,
12
I don't
kids.
know.
No,
if
I
I
don't
was,
have kids.
if I was like,
I don't think there's many women that are down to have 12 kids.
I'm just
Or any kids.
you asked the question, and I'm saying like,
Okay.
if that was a scenario, but like I was incredibly well off and I could afford to take care of all of them.
Yeah.
Because I've always wanted a big ass family myself.
me too.
I always wanted a big ass family.
12 though.
That's a lot, but like if I can take care of all of them and show all of them
I
love,
feel it.
and if
Yeah.
it's the same,
But do you feel like
all
maybe
live
you
good
won't get to
lives.
build those like personal individual connections with each kid because
nah, but one of them's got to go to some type of league.
Yeah.
Someone's going to the NFL.
We're going somewhere.
Someone's doing some lottery tickets.
Someone's
You know
gonna
what I'm
have
saying?
some type of talent.
So like,
you got a better chance to hit the lottery with 12 tickets than
That's what I'm
one.
saying. So yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
I'll see you on draft
You know,
day.
I'm smoking on that Joe Burrow.
I didn't realize that was his dad.
Yo,
What?
You seen the video of Patrick Mahomes' dad?
No, I haven't.
Or like, I think that's I don't know if the media like Mahomes has been like him for like however many since he's been the starter.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first time they've ever really showed his dad like that.
You haven't seen his
Yeah,
dad?
I think that was the first time I saw his dad too.
And
And
you just pull up and
We'll show
So
it.
we'll pull it up here.
We'll
We'll pull up a still here, like just so you
Yeah.
can see his dad.
on your own, I see.
Yeah, I'm smoking the Joe Burrow.
You smoking on the Joe
I'm
Burrow.
smoking on the Joe Burrow.
How's it feel?
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah,
It
no,
looks
that's,
like he could fix a 96 Cadillac.
that's a proud ass dad that you can tell is just. That's a proud ass dad that you can tell is just chill.
I know.
Bro, the media's
I
just
know
been
he's
giving
been
us
drinking
his
Hennessy
wife,
forever.
Oh
my
girlfriend
God.
Jackson and his brother. You still follow? You still follow Jackson?
Wait, were they showing Joe Burrow's
Are we
dad?
still rocking
No.
with Jackson?
So basically, what happened was after the Chiefs won the AFC Championship, like they were doing the post game interviews, and then they interviewed Patrick Mahomes' dad, and he had a cigar. And you know how Joe Burrow's like famous for smoking cigars after he wins.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you got a cigar right there." And Mahomes' dad was like, "Yeah, I'm smoking on that Joe Burrow." That Joe Burrow.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Hella
Yeah.
calm.
Like,
Hella calm. Not even talking shit, but like he is actively talking shit.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm smoking on that Joe Burrow." I was like, "Damn." I know he
He
can
said
fry.
he could fix a
I know
96
that man can fry some catfish. I know, like I
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Fuck, dude, fucking Niners, bro.
Dude,
I know who's your Super Bowl pick now? Obviously,
It's
because
the
you guys,
Chiefs.
all
that
the
shit
Niners,
hurt, man.
Niner fans are
I'm
down
saying that shit happens Sunday. We record. You guys will see this the week after, but I'm saying, dude, I've had a debilitating stomachache after eating nothing different, and it has to be that game.
I wish I would have been here to see all
This
the Niners
season's
fans.
just gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt more, just because all the other Niner losses in my lifetime, like at least not my lifetime, but at least with this for the most
This
part
was just out of your
roster.
control.
This one is just like when we lost to Mahomes, damn, Jimmy overthrow. When we lost last year, it's like we shouldn't have even been there, but like that's crazy. Like we had like the game against the Packers right before, just the crazy special teams play. This one is just like, what if?
Yeah.
Like what if our quarterback, our already third string quarterback, didn't break his fucking elbow in like the first quarter? What if that catch on the first play or on the first drive had been correctly called incomplete? What if our fourth string quarterback, who was a 36-year-old dude, didn't immediately get concussed? It's like, it's really tough to overcome that. So this one just kind of hurts, but I think maybe if Philly won and like no injuries, like still hats off to him. But this one's just like,
You guys got smacked.
but I mean, this year, the Chargers, you're a Chargers fan, right?
Fuck, I knew you were gonna bring
You
that up.
you guys were up, what was the
Bruh.
first round score? You guys were up 27,
Yes, we were up 27-0.
No, it was 27-0.
I literally wanted
And then
to
the
KMS
final score
myself.
was they lost. They lost. So it's crazy we talking about football right now. But anyways, I would say if Mahomes pulls it off this year, like his team, they lost some guys already in this like past
I
week.
think Philly.
I think
There's
they're
no way.
hobbled. They're hobbled. I think the Eagles top to bottom are a better squad. If Mahomes wins it this year, like we're done talking about later. Like we're talking about him next to like in like the Brady combo.
No, he is already
Now.
like the most talented quarterback.
His
ever.
record's impeccable.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah,
5 AFC
definitely.
championship games already.
He's the most talented I've ever seen. I've never seen anyone do some shit like that before.
Steph Curry of the NFL, but his record's even better. But like what he's doing is just
Hey,
more.
I wonder what he told like his wife and brother because they're like nowhere now.
Yeah, he told his motherfuckers, "Get out the field, shut up."
Like,
Yeah, they're not,
I
like-
wonder what that conversation
Yo,
was.
fuck it up
You're
with my-
hurting our brand.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know how good you have
Like-
to be for like your family off the field to be the only negative thing people can really say about you? Like that's what I'm saying. Mahomes can take it this year and played 1 week after a fucking high ankle sprain, which keeps people
He
out
was
like
still limping.
4 to
during the
6
game.
weeks, dude. Like this one, this would be one of the crazier ones against this Eagles team, top to bottom. That's hard to find a flaw. This would be one for the history books for sure. Number 1 seed versus number 1 seed too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lost like maybe my last like 7 or 8 NFL bets that I've placed, but
On Prize
I got the Eagles.
You throw them into parlay. This is the one. This is the one.
I got the Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but
Guarantee.
but I've been
So
hearing.
it's gonna lose.
I've been hearing from a lot of girls that they love Jalen Hurts.
They didn't love him
they
last
fly.
year.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they weren't fucking with him when he wasn't. No one knew who he was.
Damn, girls have to
But
pick
no.
between overall population if they had Jalen Hurts or Jimmy G.
I mean,
Depends who you ask.
I'm not.
Depends who's
I feel like
winning.
I'm not qualified to answer that question.
Depends
I
who's
don't
playing and
yeah.
who's winning.
Yeah,
I
depends
don't
what
think
the
it depends on
contract.
who's winning.
Depend on what the contract's
does.
looking like.
Bro, nobody was talking about Jalen Hurts. No girls were talking about Jalen Hurts like that last year.
Well, just because his name, just because his face is, they're talking about him because they think he's like fine as hell.
All right, I had a question for y'all too.
Yeah.
Before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
What are some of the worst possible date ideas that are like prevalent, popular information?
Like first date?
First date?
Any yeah, I guess first date. Like the movies, for example.
That's what I was gonna tap right
Terrible first date idea.
The best first date you can do is something with an activity. Worst is something where it's like, I know nothing about. Yeah. Well, so dinner's like I wouldn't say I would put that as number one, but like, yeah, interview.
Dinner's not a bad date option, but for first date, it's like,
Pretty bad.
It's just like, yeah, first
Coffee's
date.
cool.
If you don't know, obviously, like the girl prior, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, coffee's
But no,
cool.
I think going to the movies has to be the worst first date. It has to be the worst first date.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, hey, I don't really know you. I want to get to know you. Let's sit here for 2.5. What if you go see the new Avatar? Let's sit here for 3+ hours and not say shit to each other.
Bro, I watched Avatar and I fell asleep for an hour. I woke up, they were still in the same scene. That shit is hella long. That shit's long as fuck. Worst first date ideas, I think, like, definitely movies, because, like, I want to be able to talk to you, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I think just sitting down at, like, a dinner is, like, whatever. I'd rather make food with you in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. That's also an activity.
100%.
Yeah, it's just, like, some of the most classic
Something
ones.
to do when there's an activity to where, like, there's not, like, it's natural for them
No
to be
water
like,
activities. No water activities.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not going on a fuck. We're not canoeing. We're not paddle boat. I'm not going to. No.
Well, you can't swim, so
that's why I'm saying. Hey,
That's
for all y'all listening,
I thought you just told me you got a new pair of floaties. You just sent me that.
All y'all listening, we are not going in the water for first date. I do not trust you that much.
What about on a boat?
Ooh.
That's cool.
Boozy? Is it?
I can go on a boat. I can go on a boat, yeah. Let me drive it.
You guys going on a boat on a first
paddle
date?
boat.
A paddle boat. Well, no, fuck no. We ain't go no. You ain't go no boat on no fucking first date. Booze cruise can be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a good ass idea.
That's a good ass.
Booze cruise. Let's
Write
go on a
that down.
booze cruise. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a note. All right. What about good like first date ideas?
What's your worst? What's your worst?
What's my worst? Fuck, that's kind of hard. I mean, I guess for me, it kind of just depends where you're at financially. Like if you're down bad, I think. I mean, you got to do with what you got. Coffee, I think, even though I hate it, I guess can't go wrong with that.
Hey,
but I feel like that's some white people.
That's what I say. You never tell you, man. What the fuck I look like taking a girl to Pete's Coffee? the fuck I look like? Hey, let's go to Phil's.
I've seen you.
No, but you can hit him with the like I got like
$2.
Like I got
Hey, coffee's expensive now.
I got
like
30
$4.
minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like
no,
you can't hit a girl and say,
No, but if
I
you
got,
never
I
met-
like, yeah, but even if it's the first day, you can't be like, I can squeeze you in at 12:30.
Fuck no, you can't.
No,
Is that what you do?
No, I've never done that. But
you've
I'm
been
just
saying some shit today. You can tell a girl
All right,
anything.
I got some more shit to say though. Hot take.
What flavor
Hot
lollipop?
take. Bad first date idea. Like sporting event. Your favorite team sporting event.
Baseball game, I disagree.
That's it.
Baseball game?
That's it.
No.
I'd
have to disagree on that
I've
one.
gone on some first dates to baseball games because I don't give a fuck about the game, and so it's fun. But
Sporting event.
if we were to go to like a Warriors game, first date, I'd be like, I'm trying to watch the game. I'm not trying to talk to you like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's
I'm trying to watch the
this
game.
I
bro.
disagree.
This man bleeds basketball. He loves basketball.
I'm trying to watch
Still,
the
though.
game.
I think that's like a dope ass experience where you guys are in a sick ass atmosphere. And
It
you can
is-
still
What
it
kind
talk.
of seats?
It is
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter what.
The
kind of
seats
Ah,
don't
seats matter.
Seats don't matter.
Seats matter.
Seats don't matter.
It would actually be a
Seats
better
don't matter.
date. It would be a better.
What
It
section
would
were
be
you
better
in?
for.
Seats don't matter.
It would be better
Seats
for.
don't matter.
It would be better.
What section was it?
Shut up, nigga.
It'd be,
Bleep
it
that
would,
out.
it would be better for the first date the worse the seats are because you don't give a fuck about the game. But like if you have good seats, now it's like, bro, like why am I like I don't care like where you went to school, like where you doing like, bro, like Steph Curry is right here. Steph Curry is
The greatest shooter of all time
ever, bro.
Ever.
He said, I don't give a fuck about learning anything about you. This man just hit a 3 from half court.
Do you understand what we're witnessing? But what if you guys just bask in that together? Because you could get drinks before.
Yes.
You could get drinks before a Warriors
exactly,
game. So, but you said sporting event. Like I just said Giants game.
Bro, you guys can be fucking
like
sloshed
your favorite sports teams event. Whatever,
I think sporting event. I think
like,
sporting event.
I think it's a great look.
You wouldn't take like
it's a great look.
It's a good look.
Like if
It's
you
a great
were,
look.
I know, but if you were single, you wouldn't take like a first date to a
Not
Niners game.
Okay, not
No,
a
we're talking
first
about-
date, but like
Yeah.
subsequent.
Yeah, subsequent. Then it's like
Oh, a Niners game?
then-
Hell no.
Then
Yeah.
you're doing.
I guess
That's also
Right.
that's
Right.
also
Right.
like a very like expensive first date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I don't even know you.
yeah.
I don't even know if I'm like I like hanging out with you yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would definitely take a girl to a sporting event for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah.
layers
After-
to it. Like I just went to
after like you know.
I just went to a
After-
Warriors game with my girl. Like great, but like that's
Yeah.
because we're established.
Yeah,
yeah,
And that's like
exactly.
great seats and everything. And
Exactly.
she's also a Warriors fan, so
Yeah.
it was just turn. It was just a good time. But like I see your point in like great seats at like a Warriors game, for example. But like if you're up there sitting with like Kobe,
Damn, bro. All right,
Bro, you
know,
never
R.I.P.
bring Kobe in this.
R.I.P.
Hey man.
Hey, man.
Respectful. I said up there.
That's crazy.
No, I agree with the baseball thing though, because
No.
there's not a lot. Well, not
There's
that
not
it's
a
a
lot
bad.
going on.
It's a good first day, I think.
Yeah,
Not a
it-
bad
Baseball
first day.
games are great.
I think
It's
it's a great
great.
first date.
Because
I think
it's
it's a
not
great
that
any day.
expensive.
It's a great
'Cause
any day.
I took a girl on a first date to a baseball game. It was a great time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great time.
You know what
I
I mean?
think the
Bro, I don't-
bottom
I
line
don't
of your
even know what
first
the fuck
day
goes
is
on.
like
I don't know nothing about baseball.
you're taking
man.
a risk
Yeah.
going with that person. Just similar, like
Yeah.
both ends. Both people don't know the other person, but if you can do something at the bare minimum where it's like it's fun and like
Yeah.
you're gonna have a good time, like that's
Exactly.
I think that eases it. But yeah, shit, like fucking going to the movies, dude. Or like it's
Yeah.
like I can't.
Oh, you know, I got
can't
one. I got one.
I used to, like, and that was the
I got
the
one. I got
go-to
one.
in high school.
I
That
got
was
one.
the
I got
go-to.
Yeah, because it was high school and it had like $5.
I
No
think-
bread, can't get it.
Yeah, it's $10.
Or actually, maybe you guys might disagree on me with this, but like if you take a girl on like on a concert first date,
Oh yeah, I don't actually.
That could be
that's-
cool though if you guys like.
But
like
there's
the
a,
same
I feel like there's a stronger chance for it to not be cool.
Yeah, I actually feel like a concert
Really?
first date. I've actually.
I don't know if
Are
I've
you
ever-
in
I
like
don't know if
VIP with her? Cool, guaranteed.
Because then you're
Guaranteed.
sitting talking.
GA.
Like yeah,
GA, it's like what if you're chilling
what if-
and then like she gets like
But like,
mosh pitted,
Yeah.
and like you're like, oh, and
well, it
then-
depends
feel like
where you're
every-
going. I think you know.
if you
like,
guys
we're
have been
gonna
talking,
go,
like if you're like, oh, we both really like Blast, right?
Yeah.
And Blast is in the Bay, and like that's where
Yeah.
we're at. We're at Blast
that's
is here.
fire.
and that could be
That's
cool.
fire.
Like,
That'd be
I
fire.
feel like that might be more cool if
The
you guys
audience-
are like seated, maybe.
I also think that would be better if that's already someone that
Nah,
you're
GA,
interested in.
bro.
GA?
I'm going GA, bro.
Really? You
Probably
going GA?
way
You
more
going
fun.
GA?
Probably
Yeah.
GA.
You think so?
That'd be fun because you could dance, bro. Like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I see the
Yeah.
vision there,
I see
but
it. Yeah, I guess so. I feel it. Yeah, I feel that.
you say, but we're saying that as best, like some of the best things we can do, or
I mean, I don't know. I just think for at least like a first day, at least like I mean, you guys are trying to scheme, obviously, but like if you're
No,
trying
you,
to like
you can't really like talk like have a
exactly
have a good
have a
conversation
conversation.
with them.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but
Maybe
at least
like
you
second
can
date-
bond over like a common interest.
Exactly.
I feel like I have to talk to you and like understand if we vibe enough for me to even want to go on a second.
that's.
Exactly.
But
And I
for
feel
me,
like it's
that's
also,
what a concert
I
would
feel like
be.
that's also the same on the other side. Like, do I like this guy enough? Speaking from a girl's perspective, do I like this
Hey,
guy?
man.
Shut up, bro.
to go to like an event.
Do I like this guy enough to allow him to take me out on another date? And do I like this girl enough to allow her to take me out?
It's
on
good.
Shut up, bro.
But now-
I know, we get what you're saying, bro. Pause though.
now we be playing
what?
too much though.
Smooth.
Both guys and girls be playing
Man,
too much.
what's
like,
there's so much bullshit game.
for real?
Bullshit.
We're under attack.
Yes.
We're under attack.
The boys are under fucking
Talk to me.
attack.
Let's hear about it.
What is good, man?
Bro, I don't know. I think a lot of these girls are just like on TikTok. Like I really hate talking about this subject because I feel like on the internet there's so many people that think of themselves as experts. Like you have these fucking like 16-year-old kids talking about relationship advice. Because mind you, I have a cousin who's like 16, so she's always on TikTok and she's talking like she knows all kinds of shit. I'm like, bro, you're like fucking.
Like, what's some
It's
of the
like
shit
that
she
meme
was
if there's
saying?
like 3 white kids around the table. It's like,
Oh yeah.
we'll pull that up here
Like, what's
too.
some of the
Like,
shit
no,
she be
like-
saying,
what's
though?
the best way to
No,
get
like,
it?
or she'll just be talking about like boys like, oh, like this guy, like he's not trying to talk to me, so like I think I'm not gonna like mind him any attention because he's not giving me any attention. Like all, as a 16-year-old, no, she's not even 16, she's like 15 years old. You know what I mean? So I just think,
Yeah.
and like most girls are like on TikTok so much, but I just hate talking about this subject just because like I feel like everybody is like has their own opinion on like what to do. But like the dating landscape has changed so much, and we're become so influenced with like what we see.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, if she's playing games, then I'm gonna play games.
Yeah. Well, it's just become like more
I hate
impulsive,
that
right? Like
shit.
people are just like quicker to hop to the next thing. Right?
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just
yeah.
more accessible now.
And like, what? Don't get it
Well, because
twisted.
you hear shit like that, like, oh, ick, red flags and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
it's like
All that
something
shit,
that you
yeah.
can maybe like
All shit
maybe
that we've talked
isn't-
about on here.
Yeah, maybe that's not something that like that person like maybe they displayed something like that. That's not like characterizable or like part of like who I don't know if that's the right fucking.
Well, I
word.
mean, I
But
feel
like
like
part of it, but like that's like a trigger. It's like, oh, that
But, like-
I'm out. Which like it's fair. Like you should have some non-negotiables, but there's also some where it's like, oh, I think you could be quick to judge when maybe it could have just been a misinterpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's like,
almost
and that's tough, and that's tough to like navigate around sometimes
Yeah.
or like deal with if you're like in that situation.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been like almost become cool to just like ghost or like bounce on people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, or just like go to the next one or like leave him, leave
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, because you got the
Yeah.
girls saying, "Oh, like if he's not vibing with me, then we're dipping." But the guys too, don't get it. What happened? What happened?
No, no, it's okay.
No, like for like from a guy's perspective, I think like a little bit of chase is cool.
But too much chase is cap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like,
You have to have like a little bit of energy reciprocated. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
It's
no
important
one's-
to know-
no one's
it's
trying
important-
to split the Red
it's important-
Sea to take you out.
Yeah.
It's important
Yeah.
to
You know
know
what I'm
what you want,
saying?
and
You know
then
what I'm
like you know, like you put your girl on that pedestal, like oh,
Obviously.
she deserves to be treated like
No,
that.
obviously,
but
we
obviously
know
you
that.
got to get
Obviously,
something back
yes.
for sure. No, I get what you're
Obviously,
saying.
yes.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I also feel like once she's your girl, there's no game. You know what I'm saying? We love to play the game. Everyone loves to play the game. But you know what I'm saying? Don't make every conversation feeling like you're fighting a final boss.
100%. You just don't
You
want
know
to be
what I'm
feeling. You just don't want to be feeling like you're walking on eggshells,
Yes.
especially when there's no eggs.
Yes. Yes.
When there's a shortage of eggs.
Yes.
How can we? That's a bar.
You feel me?
Couldn't have said it better
Clip that.
myself.
Clip that.
Yeah.
good way to put it.
Oh,
That's,
man.
that's the best way to put it. Man.
Well, shit, man. On that,
Yeah,
I feel like we talked about a lot of shit today, man.
we talked about a lot. Chris, Fleek.
Thank you, boys, for having me. This was fun.
Yeah.
This was amazing, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we'd love to have you back sometime. Next time you're up here in the Bay.
Definitely.
Anything you wanna? You got to look right at him at one point. Anything you want to tell him?
Honestly, well, you guys are over here. I mean, obviously.
No, you've
Yeah,
been
it's
killing
okay,
it. You've been
man.
killing it.
good.
Shit. I mean, I don't know. Check out my family's business at Tio Pepas 805 or Tio Pepas 805. Check them out in the 805 if you're over there, Central Coast.
We'll share the link.
Check in
We'll
with
share
them.
the link.
Yeah.
We'll share the link.
Tap
to
in
drop-
with
we'll drop
my
all the-
family.
we'll
Yeah.
drop the link.
Say what's up to mom and pop and all you guys. Thank you guys for pulling up because all
Yes,
you guys
sir.
have pulled up. So thank y'all for
It's
sharing.
always
Yes,
love,
sir.
bro.
It's always love.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you
Thank
for
you so
having us.
much.
Yeah.
Cool.
And if you guys take anything away from this podcast today, just know
Fleek
there's
paid-
no reason to walk on eggshells. There's no eggs left.
I was spitting right there.
That's a bar.
And the
That's a
Fleek
bar.
paid $2.50.
Yeah. Please don't pay $250.
Yeah.
That was a donation.
Do not pay
If
for
you're
feet
watching
Just
this,
pay
just send him his
$5.
money
If
back.
you're watching
pay
this
the
shit,
$5.
just send him his money back. And call it.
Yeah, please.
Send him
Please
his
send me
shit
the
back.
money back.
And with that, thank you guys again
thank
tuning
y'all.
in for
Thank y'all,
another
boys.
episode. We'll catch you guys next week. Appreciate everyone that's been running it up on the socials, all that good stuff. This is just the beginning, so we'll keep it going. Appreciate you guys.